Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium. A beautiful Friday afternoon here in downtown Ann Arbor, and it's WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. The Wolverine in midst of a weekend series versus the number 15 Oregon Ducks. They took game one yesterday 10-0, a 7-run mercy rule by a shutout by Shane Brenham. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Josh Samuelsen, joined alongside my partner Caleb Brown. And Caleb, a big win from the Wolverines yesterday. They've won 3 straight. How do they continue and build off that coming into today?
Well, yeah, this is just what the Wolverines needed. There was a rough start to Big Ten play, but they've turned things around and they have the momentum on their side, and they just need to keep that up in this next matchup against the Ducks. It's a wonderful day here for Michigan spring weather, and so I'm excited to see it. Wolverines are playing with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, you make a great point there. The Wolverines 15-13 this season, 4-6 in the Big Ten. They struggled to begin. They got their first series win last weekend against Rutgers, taking 2 out of 3. They beat the Oakland Golden Grizzlies earlier this week, and now here we go against Oregon. They won 10-0 yesterday, and now here they are, a chance to win the series against a top 25 opponent.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this one plays out today. Obviously, there's still 2 games left in this series, and we'll see if the Wolverines can pick up where they left off in this matchup.
Yeah, and if we look at the starting lineups here for the Wolverines, it's the same lineup as yesterday. Cooper Mullins at the DH spot. At second base, it's Colby Turner. In left field, it's Brendan Stressler. Behind the dish is Noah Miller. In center field is Evan Hager. At third base is Brandon Jeffries. In right field is Greg Pace Jr. And at shortstop to round it out is Drew Culbertson. And on the bump today is Kurt Barr, who's been the most consistent pitcher for the Wolverines this season, knowing that Tate Carey, who's been dealing with some injuries this season, has only made 4 starts. The preseason Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, Tracy Smith, has had to fill holes in his pitching staff this season, but Kurt Barr has been their reliable guy, and he'll be on the mound tonight.
Yeah, and it's great to see him as always. I expect a lot from him today as we go into the second game against the Ducks, who currently are in the fourth place spot in the Big Ten, just under USC, Nebraska, and of course UCLA at 12-0, an impressive score. Still a lot of season left to be played, and really a chance for some of the teams that are in the middle of the Big Ten race right now, like Michigan and Oregon, a chance to make their case before the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, and as we look at the Oregon starting lineup, it's Ryan Cooney at second base, Jax Jimenez, in left field. At first base, Dominic Hellman. Batting fourth and at third is Drew Smith. In right field, batting fifth is Angel Laya. At shortstop, batting sixth is Maddox Maloney. Batting seventh at DH is Josh Schleikart. Batting eighth behind the dish is Braden Jaxa. And batting ninth in center field is Jack Brooks. Oregon, one of the best offenses in the Big Ten. They're second in total runs, and they lead the Big Ten in home runs with 56 as a team.
Wow, very impressive stats for this part of the season. The Wolverines have really barely had any home games this season, just because of the way the winter works here. But it's obviously an unseasonably warm day and lots of sun, and could not ask for better baseball weather.
Yeah, it's great to be here with you, Caleb. And
yeah, it's great to be here.
It's awesome to be here. Yeah, Michigan, being in the Midwest, getting really harsh winters, it's tough to get out here in the ballpark with great weather. They practice indoors all season, and here they are, 65-degree day here in April. A really nice crowd here at Ray Fisher Stadium, and a great atmosphere here. A top 15 team in the Oregon Ducks, and the Wolverines a chance to win back-to-back series here in the Big Ten.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for the Wolverines as they try to turn the momentum on what has been somewhat of a rough start, but they look very promising right now.
And we are about to be underway. Kurt Barr from the windup, the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Ryan Cooney leading off here for the Oregon Ducks, batting .354. Was all Big Ten first team last season. And we'll wait for the 1-0 delivery. That's outside again. Count moves to 2-0. Cooney, the 6-foot, 195-pound player out of Portland, Oregon. Batting .354 on the year. And he rips it foul down the third base line. The first strike of the game, it's 2-1. Kurt Barr, the senior year for the Wolverines, has had such a great journey. Was all academic Big Ten last season. As that ball's fouled out of play, Kurt Barr battles back. It's 2-2. And the key for the Wolverines is pounding the strike zone. We know that the Wolverines have struggled with some walk issues this season. As the count's even, 2-2. The pitch to Cooney is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Kurt Barr gets the first batter. Cooney, he's down swinging. 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, that's a wonderful start for the Wolverines, and Barr getting that first out.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Looked like the slider from Kurt Barr, and that'll be to bring up Jax Jimenez. He'll step up to the plate here, batting second. The first pitch to him, he rips it into left field for a base hit. It's the Oregon Ducks' first base runner. And there's 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. A nice piece of hitting there by Jimenez. He took 90 miles per hour the other way in the shortstop's hole. And that'll bring up the power-hitting Dominic Hellman, who's playing first base today for the Ducks. Kurt Barr throws over to Ladahoff to check on Jimenez. He gets back there safely. Dominic Hellman leads this Oregon Ducks team in home runs. The first pitch is a swing and a miss. A foul tip into the glove for strike 1 on Hellman. The off-speed pitch there from Kurt Barr. The 0-1 delivery from Barr is another swing and a miss. Kurt Barr utilizing that off-speed early. Barr most recently had a 5-inning, 4-strikeout performance against Rutgers last week. As that ball will miss. Jimenez tries to swipe second, and Noah Miller throws him out.
Wow, what a start.
Yeah, great defensive play by Miller. The ball got away from him, and he guns out the running Jimenez for out number 2.
Yeah, beautifully executed play by Noah Miller.
No runners on, 2 outs. The 1-2 to Hellman is just outside for ball 2. The big Hellman, 6'5", 281, from Mill Creek, Washington. Like I said, a lot of power in his bat. The 2-2 is just outside. Hellman doesn't bite on the slider. He was Big Ten All-Conference third team last season. And this year, half of his hits are for extra bases. The payoff pitch is down low for ball 4. Hellman will take a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Drew Smith. And so far, Kurt Barr has done a good job of keeping these pitches out of the zone. We've seen with his slider, he's been mixing it up a lot. So far, a lot of off speed.
Yeah, for sure. He's been off to a wonderful start and has really helped provide this momentum for the Wolverines.
And the first pitch to Drew Smith is in the dirt. Hellman tries to snatch second base. And another caught stealing runner. Noah Miller's fired up as he heads to the Michigan bench. as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Noah Miller guns 2 runners out.
Yeah, and Barr and Miller have so far been the story of today. The defense has really been so strong so far for the Wolverines, and the execution by Miller has just been absolutely flawless.
Yeah, and Oregon's not a team that runs very often. However, 2 very aggressive base runners as a ball goes in the dirt, and they make that first read and try to take second base. But Noah Miller, a great block, a great recovery, and that pop time, man, he got it down there in an instant.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Smith, you have to be happy about the effort for preventing 2 stolen bases and getting out of the inning with very few hits and only allowing 2 runners on first. So very impressive stats.
Yeah, and the pitcher for the Oregon Ducks here in the bottom of the first inning, we are scoreless, is Colin Clark, usually their second weekend starter, who has had a career year so far. His whip, .82, third best in the Big Ten. His ERA, 2.89 in 43 innings of work. He has a record of 4-2 and has struck out 47 compared to his only 8 walks. Very impressive start.
Yeah, now we'll get a chance to see what the Oregon defense can do, and if they can hold as strong as the Wolverines did in the top of the first, as well as a chance to see what the Michigan offense can do as well. And yesterday, having an impressive 10-0 win, Mercy ruled by the 7th inning, is very impressive for the Wolverines.
Very impressive game yesterday. 10-0 when the bats were alive, but we also got to talk about the pitching for the Wolverines, where they really showed that off. Shane Brenham, a career game for him, 7 innings pitched, only 3 hits, 7 Ks, absolutely shut down Oregon, who, like I said, one of the best offenses in the Big Ten this season.
Yeah, and it's shocking, but the momentum is really on Michigan's side kind of as we approach the middle towards the end of the season, and they've made the adjustments necessary and have gotten back into the race for Big Ten.
The first pitch from Clark is in there for strike 1. Here on the leadoff man, Cooper Mullins. The redshirt sophomore has gotten some more playing time recently with a hot bat. The 0-1 delivery to him is in there for strike 2. A nice little slider there from Clark, who, like I said, a career year for him. He's also top 5 in strikeouts in the Big Ten with 47. Clark has him where he wants him. He sets and deals on the 0-2. And he chopped foul. Hellman will pick it up and run to first base himself. However, he missed the bag. Cooper Mullins is safe.
Wow, an unlucky and rare mistake for the Ducks. But the Wolverines have 1 on base.
Yeah, and Mark Wazikowski takes a step out of the dugout, and he looks like he wants the umpires to take a look at this. Looked like a pretty routine play. It was a chop ground ball there to the first baseman, Hellman. And he took it himself but missed the bag. Cooper Mullins beat it out. And we'll see what the umpires discuss here, as Mark Wazikowski, the manager for the Oregon Ducks, doesn't like it.
Yeah, for sure. It's not something you see often in baseball, and it's just kind of an interesting case here, and we'll see what the final verdict will be.
Yeah, we'll see as the umpires discuss here down the first base line. We'll see what the call is on the field. Coming up next for the Wolverines would be Colby Turner, who's had a career year, the overall best hitter on this Wolverines roster so far. The transfer from San Diego 2 years ago, batting .382 this season, and OPS over 1,000. He's got 7 bombs and 27 RBIs this season.
Yeah, those are some very impressive stats, ones that are very necessary as we go down the line. And looks like the final verdict is safe, and the call will stand.
Yeah, the call will stand on the field. I agree with it. I mean, I didn't see Hellman make any contact with the bag before Mullins could get there.
Yeah, I would say I agree with I agree with you agreeing with the call. Look good all the way down, and we'll go back to play any second now.
As the umpires are signaling to Tracy Smith what the call is on the field, but Mullins looks like he will stay at first base. Still no one out here in the bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless. You're in the second game of a weekend set between the Michigan Wolverines and the Oregon Ducks. On a beautiful day here in the Fish. And now an extensive review. The umpires will head to the headset. So hold up. The original call on the field was safe. However, the umpires talked about on the first base line, and now they're going to review it even more after a Michigan challenge. Very confusing stuff here.
Yeah, it's just not a play that I really expected to see today. It just does not happen a lot.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like Mullins missed the bag.
Oh, so yes, I guess it's possible that no one touched the bag at all.
Yeah, so we're looking at our replay here in the right field scoreboard. Pretty small picture. We can't see that much. But we do see the umpires crowding around behind the Michigan dugout, figuring out what the call on the field's going to be. As Clark will continue to get some warm-up pitches. About a 5-minute delay right now, figuring out if Mullins is going to be safe or not. I don't know, Caleb. I don't know if we need this extensive of a review.
Yeah, I don't either. I think that after having looked at it more, it's possible that neither player touched the bag, and I guess it would be an out automatically.
Yeah, it looked like Mullins, because he didn't touch the orange auxiliary bag, got tagged out by Hellman before he could come back and touch the bag. But about a 7-minute delay here. Finally, the umpires with the call. They're running back onto the field. And here's the call. The runner is out after Mullins could not touch the bag. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. As we're scoreless. And that will bring up Colby Turner, the Michigan Wolverines second baseman. Here's Clark. First pitch is just outside for ball one. That fastball just misses. Here to Turner. And Colin Clark really likes that changeup. He's got a 4-pitch mix. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss for strike number one. The count evens to 1-1. Colin Clark's got a slider, curveball, changeup in that heater. Facing the Wolverines' best hitter. Turner rips a pop-up there. Second base side, and an easy catch there from Ryan Cooney for out number two. Good pitch there from Clark, kind of jammed Turner up there on the 1-1 count. And that will bring up the left fielder, Brendan Stressler. The transfer from St. Louis steps into the batter's box here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. The first pitch to him is a foul right back out of the stadium. Stressler has struggled here the last couple weeks in March. Good contact back, but has struggled with power as he rolls over, foul down the first base line. Count moves to 0-2 on the Wolverines' left fielder. Stressler this season batting .260 with an OPS of .703. A couple home runs for him and 11 RBIs. And a swing and a miss. Colin Clark got him with the heater. 1-2-3 for the Oregon Ducks as we head to the top of the second inning.
Yeah, an impressive defense for both of these teams, holding both offenses to 0 points. We're tied at 0 going into the top of the second, and we'll see if the defenses can continue to hold each other to 0 points as we start this second.
Yeah, you make a great point. I think the pitching is going to be very important today. You've got two of their team's aces. Obviously, Kurt Barr has been the most consistent option for the Wolverines this season, and Colin Clark, like I said, so talented, and his stats back it up. Obviously, a couple ranks are top 5 in the Big Ten. So the key really today is going to be who can get on the board first and who can string together some quality at-bats.
Yeah, and we've seen over the seasons that, or at least over this season, that sometimes these games come down to maybe 1, 2, or 3 innings where maybe one team has a few successful hits in a row, allowing some runners to be brought into home plate, whether it's home runs, base hits, any way to get your batters at home and get some runs in can really be the determining factor in coming away with the close games.
Yeah. Make a great point. Kurt Barr will face 4, 5, and 6 for the Oregon Ducks. If all the viewers missing it, Noah Miller threw 2 runners out in the top of the first inning. An absolute cannon behind the dish, who's also been so great offensively, as he'll lead off next inning for the Wolverines, and that will bring up Drew Smith for the Oregon Ducks, the cleanup hitter. Batting .380 this season with an OPS of .1214. He has 9 home runs and 34 RBIs, which is tied for the team lead. The Wolverines with 3 men on the left side of the infield for the shift. The first pitch to him is down low for ball 1. As you can see by the alignment of the Wolverine defense, Drew Smith's got a great shot in the right center gap. The 1-0 from Barr. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Count moves to 1-1. Drew Smith from Clovis, California. He's played some third base and second base as he rips it foul down the right field line. Might hit a car out there by the IM track.
Yeah, the design of the fish is very, very interesting. The parking lot is maybe a little too close for comfort.
Very exposed to foul balls.
Yes.
And the 1-2 to Smith is fouled back once again and out of the stadium. And if you look around here, Caleb, just a great day in Ann Arbor. A lot of cars around. There was a lot of campus tours.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this
just a lot of people soaking up the rays. You're in such a beautiful college city.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the country for sure.
Oh, yes, that 1-2 will miss from Barr. Count even at 2-2. You're to Drew Smith. He leads this team in average, like I said, home runs and RBIs as well. He's had such a career year. A swing and a miss. The slider gets him. Kurt Barr with his second strikeout. Out number 1 here in the top of the second inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Angel Laya, for the Oregon Ducks. The delivery from Barr is just inside for ball one. Angel Laya from San Diego, California, a talented freshman who was ranked number 12 according to Perfect Game coming into this year, and he's lived up to the hype. The 1-0 to him is a swing and a miss. A whiff created by that off speed from Kurt Barr, who's been using that a lot here.
Yes.
To the first couple batters. Laya top 10 in home runs in the Big Ten. And another swing and a miss. Kurt Barr gets the count to 1-2. But Angel Laya on the midseason College Freshman of the Year watch list. Batting .314. Like I said, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs this season. It's been a great piece in that Oregon lineup. Kurt Barr up 1-2. The delivery is a rollover to first base, just foul. Ladahoff was there to corral it, give it back to Barr. Count remains 1-2. With 1 out here in the top of the second inning, we're scoreless. On a beautiful day here at the Fish. 3 men on the right side of the infield for the Wolverines. The 1-2 delivery bounces inside, evens up the count at 2-2. Kurt Barr continuing to go back to that off speed.
Yeah, and it's really paid off so far this afternoon.
The 2-2 is another foul ball, this time into the Oregon Duck dugout. A good at-bat here from Angel Laya. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. From the windup, it's Barr. Just outside, tried to catch the corner. 92, just outside, says the home plate umpire, Corey Hinga. We've got a full count now. Here to Angel Laya. Kurt Barr. From the windup. He sets, he deals, and another foul ball from Laya. This time down the left field line. 10th pitch of the at-bat incoming.
Wow.
Tenth pitch from Barr is a ground ball speared there by the first baseman, Ladahoff, and he steps on first base for out number 2. Great battle from Barr, and he wins it on the 10th pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, that one was very entertaining to watch, and right now the Wolverines are continuing that strong start that they've shown in the first inning and now the second inning as well.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Maddox Maloney, who's been such a consistent piece to the Oregon Ducks the past couple years. As the Wolverines put a shift on him to the righty, as that first pitch will drop in for strike 1. Another first pitch slider there from Kurt Barr. He's been really utilizing that early. And here's Maloney. He waits for the 0-1, and he rips it into left field for a base hit. A 2-out single for Maddox Maloney. And that will bring up Josh Schleichart. I mean, Caleb, that was a good piece of hitting. It looked like Maloney was ready for that slider, and he turned out into left field.
Yeah, left field was a perfect place at that moment. And now the Wolverines are back to a kind of a balanced outfield now when they were really.
Yeah, the Wolverines, will play straight up now. The first pitch there to Schleichart is just inside for ball 1. Maloney at first base. And that'll bring up Schleichart. His first appearance in this series is Kurt Barr will check on Maloney at first. And he'll slide back safely. Schleichart, the community college transfer from Clark College in Vanguard, has put together a nice season as he's come off the bench. pinch hit sparingly here for the Ducks as Kurt Barr will check on Maloney again. He returns safely. Maloney, a couple steals to his name this season. Schleichart waits, the 1-0. As a snap throw from Miller back to first. Maloney slides in safely, diving head first. You don't want to test the arm of Noah Miller already. We've seen him throw out 2 runners. Schleichart, a 1-1 count to him. Barr from the stretch. He deals in a swing and a miss. Another dirty slider there from Barr has gotten these Ducks guessing and off balance. As we're here in the top of the second inning. A runner on first with 2 outs to Josh Schleichart. Kurt Barr, the 1-2 delivery, is another strikeout, a swing and a miss. The slider got him. Kurt Barr's 3rd strikeout here through 2 innings. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, we're still scoreless here in Ann Arbor. The Wolverines will come to the plate.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Barr's performance so far. Only 2 hits allowed so far in this game, about one per inning, 3 strikeouts. Amazing performance from him today.
Yeah, like you said, so far, been pounding the strike zone. Only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts through 2 innings, and we've seen the off-speed set his fastball up, which usually is the other way around. He's been throwing that off-speed early in counts and then using the fastball to freeze some hitters and also get weak contact. As the Wolverines will come up to the plate, Noah Miller will lead off.
And Miller's already had a day even before his first at bat.
Oh yeah,
preventing 2 stolen bases. What a performance we've seen from him so far.
Yeah, great two-way guy. Obviously, we've seen his defensive effort behind the dish as a catcher, but offensively, he's been one of the best hitters for the Wolverines this season. Yesterday went 2 for 3 with a homer. Also had a 2-run single. Was the player of the game in yesterday's 10-0 victory over Oregon. And right now, he has a 12-base streak of reaching safely. So he's looking to extend it here in the bottom of the second inning. Colin Clark will head out for his second inning of work for the Oregon Ducks. And a nice applause from the crowd as Miller steps up to the batter's box to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Pretty straight up infield here from the Oregon Ducks. Clark from the windup, the first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. A little bit of off speed there from Clark. As Miller's down 0-1. Clark moves fast. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2, catches the inside corner. The 90-mile-per-hour fastball into Miller. Miller was part of the Big Ten All-Tournament team last season as the Wolverines almost made a run as they fell short in the semifinals last season. As that fastball misses up, count moves to 1-2. Clark worked quick in the first inning, only 9 pitches. The 1-2 is fouled away into the parking lot for Miller. Who's had a really good year in OPS above 900. And like I said, his two-way capability has been so important. The 1-2 to him as he fights it, rolls it out to third base. A bare hand attempt and a beautiful play there from Drew Smith off balance for out number 1.
Yeah, and right now both defenses have been the story today and have been the show today that we have seen so far, as just 2 hits total in this whole game. for the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, and the third baseman, Drew Smith, looking like Manny Machado, ranging to his right and making an awesome off-balance throw. As that's a base hit down into right field. Thinking extra bases is Hager. He's on his horse, and he slides first into second base with a one-out double. A nice piece of hitting on the first pitch by Evan Hager. Hager did a great job of jumping on that first pitch fastball, ripped it into right field, and he got on his horse to get into second base safely. A runner in scoring position here with for the Wolverines with one out.
Yeah, this could be a big moment for the Wolverines as they have a chance to go up ahead early in this second inning.
And I'll bring up Cade Ladahoff. The first pitch to him is in there for strike one. The slider there from Clark. There to Ladahoff, the transfer from NJIT 2 years ago. Only played 17 games last year, but has improved his production this year, starting a lot of games as he drills it to left field. Back going Brooks, and he can't get there. It one hops the wall. Scoring is Hager, pulling in with a stand-up double is Cade Ladahoff, and he pumps his fists as the Wolverines go up 1-0.
Yeah, huge play for the Wolverines as the defenses really looked like they were shutting down both of these offenses, but Wolverines are off to a great start, just one out.
Yeah, Ladahoff jumps over that pitch and drills it to left center. For his 16th RBI of the season, and Brandon Jeffries has a chance to keep this Wolverines momentum going. The first pitch to him, and he fouls it down the left field line into the Michigan workout facilities down there. Wolverines up 1-0 here and threatening. Oh, and Jeffries gets drilled by Clark in the back, and there's two on with one out. Runners on first and second for Greg Pace Jr. And Greg Pace Jr., the redshirt sophomore, has improved drastically the past 2 years. Was batting in the mid-150s his freshman and sophomore year, but has really developed the last 2 years. As he rips it in right field, back goes Lila. He'll make the catch. Tagging up and going to third is Ladahoff. And Greg Pace Jr. does his job, advances a runner. There's runners at the corners now with 2 outs.
Yeah, great effort from Pace Jr. there. The Wolverines really have a good chance, though, before this inning closes to try to extend the lead that they already have built in this second inning.
Yeah, and the Wolverines have been jumping on first pitch fastballs. Here we saw with Ladahoff, we saw with Hager, and now with Pace Jr. A good job from the Wolverines, and now that'll bring up Drew Culbertson with the runners at the corners and 2 outs. The deal from Clark is in there for strike one. Great opportunity from the Wolverines to add another. Already up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Looking for back-to-back series wins here in the Big Ten. The 0-1 delivery to Culbertson is a swing and a miss. That slider from Clark fades away from those righties. Has been very effective all year long. Culbertson will step back into the box. Down 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Clark from the stretch. He deals, and a swing and a miss. 3 straight strikes as Clark will get himself out of the inning. However, the Wolverines jump on the scoreboard first and take a 1-0 lead thanks to a Cade Ladahoff RBI double.
Yeah, and this is a win for them, for the Michigan offense. Going up 1-0 early in this game really sets the pace and sets the tone for the rest of this game.
Yeah, you make a great point. The Wolverines need to jump on teams first. As we know, their offense is a little bit lacking. They're bottom in the Big Ten in home runs. They're 16th in strikeouts. They strike out more than most of the Big Ten teams, and they got to utilize their key offensive players, especially at the top of the lineup, and get some early runs to get on top of an Oregon Ducks team, like I said, with such an elite high-octane offense. And I mean, Caleb, there's nothing better than being at a ball game here on a Friday. Beautiful weather, but if you, in your opinion, what do you think the best venue is? We know the Big House is awesome here in Ann Arbor, but give me another great venue that you think is underrated that people don't talk about as much.
I would say I have to go with probably either. Although Yost does get a lot of traffic, Yost is one of the best venues here. I think the lacrosse stadium is also really cool. It's got it's almost like the playing field itself is, I think, like on a ground level maybe.
Okay. And
yeah, great stands. Press box is great for those of us with WCBN, and it's a great venue. It's a little further away from campus, so you get the different view. But it's all still Ann Arbor, still a very nice view, and so great venue.
Yeah, all these stadiums, arenas, so unique, beautiful. I mean, I love the Chrysler Center. Lucky enough to do some games there for WCBN Sports, and thank you guys for tuning in to live coverage here of Michigan baseball. As we're back here at the top of the third inning, it's Braden Jacksa stepping up to the plate for the Oregon Ducks. Kurt Barr on for his third inning of work. The first pitch from him is just outside for ball one. The Wolverines, a little bit of a shift there with three people on the left side of the infield. Colby Turner will shade up the middle. The 1-0 offering is popped up and foul out of play by Jacksa, who's an absolute unit himself, 6'6", 220. The backup catcher for the Ducks, who's gotten 14 starts. This is his 15th of the season. Was rated the number 2 player on the list of top 100 freshmen coming into the year as he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. He's got huge upside, man. 6'6". He's got great power, projectability in his future here as a freshman. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Got him. Fourth strikeout for Kurt Barr as Jacksa goes down swinging. We've got one out here in the top of the third inning. And that'll bring up the 9th hitter, Jack Brooks, the center fielder. A utility guy. Jack Brooks has played almost every position in his Oregon career. He started as an infielder, played some second and third, and now has moved into the outfield. The first pitch to him is outside for ball one. There from Kurt Barr. The fastball misses Brooks in his first collegiate home run just 4 weeks ago against Purdue, as he rips that ball foul off the protective netting down the first base line as the count moves to 1-1. Brooks was 0 for 2 yesterday, as that was a common theme for the Oregon offense, who really struggled against the Wolverines. As that delivery from Barr just misses low, says the home plate umpire. It's 2-1 now on Brooks. With one out here in the top of the third inning, the Wolverines have an early 1-0 lead. Brooks will wait on the 2-1. He'll flash bunt, and he'll get it down. Barr tries to make a play off balance throw, and it's down the first base line and gets away from the Wolverines. Brooks tries to get to second base, and he does. The Wolverines try to nail him. They're at second, but the ball gets away into left field. Brooks will cruise into second base.
Yeah, what an amazing bunt right there from Brooks.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is on the field. Could be a hit, and then an E3. Jack Brooks throws a or decides to flash bunt there on 2-1, lays it down nicely, and has some speed, gets to second base here with 1 out. A tough play from Barr there as he had to come off the mound and make a tough off-balance throw. Runner on second with 1 out as that ball bounces. Nice block from Noah Miller. Forces Brooks to retreat there at second base, and that will bring up Ryan Cooney, the second baseman who's 0 for 1 today. A chance to add to his RBI total of 22 with a base hit. Oregon Ducks, their first time with the runners in scoring position tonight. As Kurt Barr throws back to second, Brooks will dive back in safely. And they will call that a base hit and a bunt hit there for Jack Brooks. The 1-0 delivery is in there for strike 1 on Cooney. Count moves to 1-1. A good job from Barr utilizing that slider once again. As we'll take a look there at Brooks. The 1-1 misses high. 2-1 now as you're getting back to this top of the Oregon Duck order who's already seen Barr once. You don't want to get to their 3, 4, and 5 hitters as Barr will throw it back to second base again, checking on the speedy Brooks, who's 7 for 7 on stolen bases this season. You don't want him getting closer with another 90 feet. The 2-1 delivery. A check swing there from Cooney. He didn't go. This is the first place umpire. And the count moves to 3-1. Barr's got to be careful here in a hitter's count. Barr from the stretch. The 3-1 delivery is ball 4. Cooney takes a 1-out walk. There's runners on first and second. And Jax Jimenez will come up to the plate with a chance to give the Oregon Ducks their first runs of the day. Caleb, if you're Kurt Barr right now, what's your approach here with 2 on and 1 out?
I think just to stay confident, not get too rattled, and just take your time on these next few pitches and try to get out of this inning.
Yeah, he's got to take it 1 pitch at a time. The first pitch to Jimenez is in there for strike 1. Jimenez, a very disciplined batter as well. 20 walks and 11 hit by pitches this season.
Wow.
And he's been a target from pitchers as he flashes bunt and fouls it down the third base line. 2 strikes now on Jimenez, as there's 2 on with 1 out. Wolverines clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Kurt Barr with his first signs of trouble today against an Oregon Duck offense that loves to feast. The 2nd most runs in the Big Ten. Jimenez waits, the 0-2 to him, and it hits him on the elbow. Kurt Barr up 0-2. Jimenez's 12th hit by pitch of the season.
Yeah,
a ball magnet.
You were just talking about it. 21st walk then of the season.
Yeah, another free pass for him, and not good news for the Wolverines as Dominic Hellman will step up to the plate with the bases juiced and 1 out, as a mound visit will come from the Wolverines. If you're the pitching coach right now, what are you telling Kurt Barr here? Bases loaded, 1 out, and Dominic Hellman, one of the best power hitters in the Big Ten, coming to the plate.
I think really Barr has played so well throughout this afternoon so far, and it is surprising to see. Just obviously a few mistakes can really cost a lot, and I think they're just trying to get his confidence back in and try to get him back to where he was at the start of this game.
And you don't want to make too big of a mistake here with the bases juiced. Wolverines holding on to a 1-0 lead. Like I said, Hellman, 6'6", 281. Where he hits a lot of bombs. He can walk. Yesterday he struggled against Barnum. Was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Had a walk earlier today. The first pitch to him is in there for strike one. Continuing that early strategy of firing in the zone with that slider early in counts. 1 out here in the top of the third. Dominic Hellman. Chance with the bases juiced. And he lays off that slider low that bounces in the dirt. Nice block from Noah Miller. Count moves to even 1-1. As the Wolverines looking to get out of here unscathed. Maybe a double play ball. The 1-1 to Hellman is a swing and a miss. A violent swing there from Hellman. That slider got him off balance once again. And Kurt Barr one away here. It's 1-2. Trying to do it himself. Here with 1 out, bases juice in the top of the third. The 1-2 count is down low. Another slider moves the count to 2-2. It'll be Barr's 50th pitch of the game already. We're only in the top of the third. The 2-2 from Barr is a swing and a miss. A big-time strikeout, his 5th of the ball game. Gets Hellman. And there's 2 away. The bases remain loaded. Now in the hands of Drew Smith.
Yeah, what a series we saw from Barr that last at bat. Great performance from him. He's been able to get out. Still scoreless for the Ducks.
As Drew Smith will call time. The senior has been a career .330 hitter in college. As he takes that pitch high for ball 1. A chance to deliver here for the Ducks this afternoon. Wolverines still up 1-0, but the Ducks threatening with 3 Ducks on the bases. The 1-0 from Barr is chopped foul. There from Drew Smith. Has been named to back-to-back all-regional tournament teams. Part of the Oregon Ducks making 5 consecutive tournament appearances and looking for their 6th straight. Just an incredible job from the Oregon Duck program and Mark Wazakowski. Something the Wolverines are trying to replicate here with Tracy Smith. Kurt Barr from the stretch. The 1-1 delivery is popped up. Left field side. Is it going to stay in the park? And it does. Nice catch from Stressler. As he robbed it from going into the bullpen, Kurt Barr escapes. And the Wolverines keep their 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, they held the Ducks to 0 after 3 innings. Really, their backs were against the wall as the bases were loaded, but they were able to come out of that without giving up any runs. And what a performance that we saw from Barr.
Yeah, great job of hanging in there, battling back and going to the heart of the Oregon Duck order. Got Drew Smith and Dominic Hellman out when the bases were loaded. As we got a little slingshot game on the field near the Michigan dugout. We got a student with a slingshot trying to get into the glove. He throws it up and it's caught.
The first one.
In the big glove. There's already 1 on the board. He drops on 1 knee. Another one going back and far out of her reach is the girl with the big glove. I think they need 3, I think, to win something, Caleb. I don't know. The second
That
one
looks good.
popped up, and it's,
Oh.
in and out of the glove. And I think they still got a Michigan helmet as the reward of getting 1 out of 3 of the slingshot challenge. As Colin Clark will head back to work for the Ducks, as Michigan looks to tack on to their 1-0 lead. Cooper Mullins will lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning, as the Wolverines flip back to the top of the lineup. Cooper Mullins grounded out in the 1st inning. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Mullins has had the hot hand as of late, 4 for 12 with 3 doubles. And this is his 4th straight start. Tracy Smith has liked him there at the top of the order. As he pops it up to left field, back goes, it's off the wall. Mullins rumbling to second, and he'll slide in there safely with a leadoff double. That ball carried back to the tall wall and left.
Yeah, nearly crossed over. Was nearly a home run, but they'll rule it a double.
Yeah, Jimenez drifted back and went off the wall, and Cooper Mullins continues his hot last 4 games with a leadoff double. And that will bring up Colby Turner. Turner, a chance to add on to that Wolverine lead. The first pitch to him is a pop-up to center field. Brooks doesn't see it. Coming in is Jimenez, and will make the catch there in left field for out number 1. Wolverines continue to be aggressive, swinging early in the count. And that'll bring up Stressler, who's 0 for 1 here today. Trying to score Cooper Mullins from second base. It's 1-0 Michigan here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Stressler faces Clark. Clark from the stretch, his first pitch is in there for strike 1. The slider catches the inside corner. Stressler, a good contact hitter. They need him now as he fouls it back. Barely tipped his bat there as he's down 0-2 to Clark. Clark, only 26 pitches here. They're 2 1/3 innings of work. As the Wolverines got to try to lengthen at bats, as Clark, one of the better pitchers in the Big Ten. The 0-2 bounces in. Nice block there by Jaxa. Staying at second is Mullins. And Stressler will climb back into the box, down 1-2. Clark looks for his sign. Comes set. Takes a look at second. He deals the check swing from Stressler, and they say he went for strike 3. 3rd K from Clark. And there's 2 gone in the inning for the Wolverines. It's up to Noah Miller. You're with Mullins on second base. Miller been red hot as of late. Went 5 for 11 with 4 RBIs in last weekend's series against Rutgers. And we know what he did yesterday with that 2-run bomb. Miller waits for the first pitch. And that's high for ball 1. On deck is Evan Hager for the Wolverines. And that's in there for strike 1. Miller thought about it, kind of checked his swing, count moves to 1-1. Caleb, if you're Miller right now, what are you looking for here?
I think the same kind of what from early on in the in that first inning, I would say.
As they'll take the third pitch after that bat for ball 2. 2-1 here to Miller. As he's trying to give the Wolverines another run. The 2-1 for Miller is inside, catches that inside corner. That 90-mile-per-hour heater from Clark. Count evens at 2. As Mullins on second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Clark from the stretch. His 2-2 offering is ripped foul on a line towards that IM track foul by Miller.
A great way to stay alive for Miller here at the 2-2 count.
Yeah, kind of an emergency hack there on that fastball. The 2-2 misses high. Almost hits Miller in the head as he ducks out of the way like the Matrix.
And it'll be full count.
Yeah, count is full here. Runner on second base. The 3-2 is ripped foul down the left field line. Noah Miller stays alive. And we will see the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. With a runner on second base. The 3-2 is another foul by Miller. This time very close to a car there, almost direct contact. Miller battling here. One of the leaders of this ball club. As we've talked about, his defensive ability, also top 3 in OPS and average on the team. Another payoff pitch incoming from Clark. It's chopped foul, charging, and a nice play. Got Miller by a step. Drew Smith, the charge, the fire, and they get Miller for out number 3.
Wow, that was a foot race, though. Right there, it was a very close call, but eventually he'll be ruled out, and that will end the third.
Yeah, as we head to the top of the 4th, Michigan got a leadoff double from Mullins, but couldn't end up with anything. We head to the top of the 4th. They keep their 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and we're getting ready for the top of the 4th, and as we're a third of the way through the game, there's a lot of excitement, especially if you're Michigan. It's still a very close game, but the defense for the Wolverines has looked so strong so far this afternoon. Only 3 hits allowed right now and 0 runs. So such a great performance for the Wolverines so far. And obviously, if you're Oregon, the game is still very close, only down 1. And as we head into this 4th inning, there's a chance for the Ducks as well, as they look to even this game and try to get back into this series, as they took a tough 10-0 loss to the Wolverines just yesterday here at the Fish. And what an afternoon we've had so far. Just, we couldn't ask for better baseball weather here, and it has been such an amazing early start to this weekend, and especially this Easter weekend here in Ann Arbor. Still a 1-0 game as we get ready for the top of the 4th. Kurt Barr still on the mound for the Wolverines. And it'll be the leadoff. Angel Laya.
back here at the top of the 4th inning. And a base hit on the first pitch from Angel Laya to get the Ducks started here at the top of the 4th inning. Already 59 pitches here in the top of the 4th inning from Barr. As that will bring up the shortstop, Maddox Maloney, who doubled his first time up. Barr from the stretch. His first pitch is driven to left field. Stressler will come in a couple steps to his right. Will make a nice catch. There for out number 1. The Oregon Ducks being aggressive here. 2 swings on 2 first pitches here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, and the Wolverines have responded really well, getting that 1 out and just one at first right now. Off to a great start early in the 4th.
And that will bring up Josh Schleikart, who's 0 for 1 today. As Barr will check Laya there at first base. They'll get back there safely. Josh Schleikart batting .304 this season. Has 1 home run, 8 RBIs. And he'll wait in there for the first pitch delivery from Barr. He shows bunt and takes it for strike 1 down the middle. Oregon already has shown that they've liked small ball, as we saw Jack Brooks with a bunt single in the 2nd inning. Schleikart, the 1-1, checks his swing, and he does go for strike number 2. Excuse me, no balls, 2 strikes here on Josh Schleikart. 1 out, a runner on first base. Kurt Barr from the stretch. He sets, he deals. And it bounces low. Nice block again by Noah Miller. There's been a brick wall behind the dish today.
Still 2 strikes, so a chance to make it 2 outs here for the Wolverines.
As Noah Miller threw 2 runners out in the 1st inning. As the Ducks are still scoreless. Barr will check on Laya as he dives back into first base safely. So far the Ducks only 4 hits, no runs. Barr has 5 strikeouts, looking for his 6th. It's a 1-2 count here to Schleikart. Barr checks on the runner once again. Laya is safe. Diving into first base. Who does have 5 steals on the year. Got to keep him close. But he's got to get the hitter first as he checks on Laya once again before you can even come set. That's the 4th time he's checked on him this at-bat. Kurt Barr will work quick. He'll get to his set. He'll deliver. And that's fouled away by Schleikart, staying alive here as the count remains 1-2.
Looks like it's caught by someone in the stands too.
Yeah, nice catch out there, eh? A lot of kids in the crowd on a beautiful Friday afternoon in Ann Arbor. Barr, another thrower to first. Laya safe again.
And a great way to celebrate here in Ann Arbor on the backyard baseball night that's celebrated today. More of a backyard baseball afternoon, I think.
Oh, yeah. As Schleikart will call time. Still up here in the count is Kurt Barr. It's 1-2. As there's no action yet in the bullpen for either teams. Barr, 3 innings and 1/3 of scoreless ball. Only 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts so far. The 1-2 to Schleikart. Chopped foul. As the third base coach of the Oregon Ducks tries to make a one-handed catch. Fails to convert. Count remains 1-2 to Schleikart, who's been battling. You'll see his 6th pitch of the at-bat. Angel Laya hit a leadoff single. He's at first base. Kurt Barr's been the workhorse for the Wolverines all year. The 1-2 delivery is driven to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's foul. Way out of play there. Schleichart a little ahead of it, turned on it. Just a long foul ball. The 7th pitch of the at-bat incoming. He's making Barr work.
Yeah, so far Barr's passed nearly every test that he's been given so far in the afternoon.
Let's see if he can pass another. The 1-2 from Schleichart is down low. He misses with the fastball. Count even at 2. And Schleichart continuing to make Kurt Barr work as that pitch count is slowly climbing above 60. The 8th pitch of the at-bat to Schleichart is a swing and a miss. Barr finally got him for his 6th strikeout of the game. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Braden Jexa, who's 0 for 1 in the first inning with a strikeout. As Barr throws back to first base once again, Laya's safe, diving in there head first. And a pretty big crowd on hand today, Caleb. Like you said, it's backyard baseball, the promo for the park today. The first pitcher to Jexa catches the outside corner for strike 1, another first pitch slider. Kurt Barr continuing to pound the zone with first pitch strikes. Barr will pause and check the runner Laya again. He's safe there.
You just think one of the times he's going to tag one of the runners out at one point.
Yeah, and this isn't the new MLB rules where you only have 2 pickoff attempts before. You can't anymore. Unlimited here in college. Barr waits, he deals. The check swing from Jexa is a ball. He didn't go. Count even at 1. As Barr, his 17th batter face, as he checks Laya again. He dives in safely. 1-1 count. Here to Braden Jexa, the talented freshman who was named to the mid-season freshman All-America list. With such a strong start as that fastball catches the outside corner. 1-2 count, and Barr 1 strike away from another scoreless frame. Barr gets the pitch comp as he checks Lila again. Boy, the first baseman, Ladohoff's been active down there, tagging Lila. He's been diving back safely every time. Runner on first, 2 outs for the Ducks here in the top of the 4th inning. Barr, the 1-2 delivery. Misses low. Miller fires down to second base. Laya finally makes his move. He steals second base. Will be his 6th of the season. And that game of cat and mouse is won by Laya as he swipes second.
Yeah, and really you'd expect to see. Miller has been so successful all of today, and it's prevented 2 of those stolen bases. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, not right there, but just what a performance from Miller today.
Still, the count remains 2-2 here on Jexa. The delivery from Barr is a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Kurt Barr. His 7th of the ball game. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, he continues to dodge trouble and has kept this Oregon Ducks team scoreless through 4.
Yeah, like we talked about, he's been able to pass every test that he's been given so far this afternoon, scoreless through 4 innings and only 4 hits allowed.
As Michigan will keep their 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. And a big weekend here in the Fish against the Oregon Ducks, but also a big weekend in Indianapolis and Las Vegas, as the Wolverines have 2 teams in their respective Final Fours. The Frozen Four, the Wolverines will take on Denver in Las Vegas on Saturday, and then Saturday night, the Wolverines will take on the Arizona Wildcats in the men's basketball Final Four. Caleb, you going to be tuning in this weekend?
Oh, yes, I will be for sure. It's going to be an exciting matchup of the generation, as these 2 1-seeds will face off in what has really been a matchup that has been anticipated and expected by a lot of people. They've traded spots at the number 1 team in the nation throughout most of the season, and really throughout the whole season they've been at the top of the national rankings and the national headlines, and now they're finally facing off together, and so this will be one of the most exciting matchups in the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a quadruple header on Saturday. You can turn on BTN Plus and have Michigan baseball, Michigan softball going on. And at 5:30, I believe, is the drop of the puck for the Frozen Four between the Wolverines and Denver. And then you can finish it off with some college basketball at 9 p.m. in Indy, as the Wolverines and the Wildcats face off for a chance to make the national championship on Monday night, which I know a lot of people are going to be excited for. I heard the last time the Wolverines won a national championship in a sport, when they won in college football in 2023, that South University Street was popping. That's what I heard last time. So I want to experience it firsthand. If the Wolverines could do it, they're 2 wins away. And here is Evan Hager. The first pitch to him misses high for ball 1. Colin Clark, only 40 pitches through 3 innings so far. Hager had a double and scored a run. The first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Excuse me, the second pitch, it's 1-1 to Hager, who got that scoring started for the Wolverines in the 2nd inning. He was named the Surprise College Baseball Series Tournament MVP to begin this season, and has continued that momentum throughout the past couple months, as that fastball will miss for ball 2. Hager batting .301 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs this season. The redshirt sophomore is transferred from Alabama in Houston. The 2-1 offering misses outside for ball 3. A hitter's count now here for Hager, up 3-1.
Yeah, good spot to be in if you're Hager. What strike to give? 3-1 count.
Yeah, the offering from Clark is fouled right back into the netting. Nice one-handed catch from Ladahoff there in the on-deck circle. Count moves to full here, as the Wolverines still up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The second game of this weekend series that got shifted up a day to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday due to the beautiful weather in Michigan in April. As a swing and a miss from Hager, Clark got him with the fastball for out number 1. And that will bring up Cade Ladahoff, who got this scoring starting for the Wolverines in the 2nd inning with an RBI double. That was his 6th double of the year and his 16th RBI, as he gave the Wolverines a 1-0 lead. His second at-bat now, as that first pitch will miss low for ball 1 from Clark, who's been effective so far. No walks, however, has given up 3 extra base hits to these Wolverine hitters, as that second pitch will catch the outside corner for strike 1. And he works fast, Caleb. You could see, I mean, he doesn't take a step off. He waits for that hitter to get ready, and he fires right back at the mound, as that third pitch is outside for ball 2. Count moves to 2-1.
Still a comfortable count for Ladahoff.
Yeah, the hitter's count now. The 2-1 offering catches that outside corner. That slider moving away from those right-handed hitters. so effective, and that's why Clark has had an ERA at 2.89 all year, as the 2-2 is fouled off Ladahoff's foot. Clark tried to get him with another slider. Ladahoff, a good job staying alive.
Great song choice by the DJ here.
Oh, yeah, and a swing and a miss. Clark, back-to-back strikeouts. Gets Ladahoff there on the payoff pitch. And there's 2 gone here in the inning. And that will bring up the third baseman, Braden Jeffries. The sophomore from Valencia, California. Great discipline at the plate as he rips a base hit into right field right on cue. A 2-out single from the Wolverines. It's Braden Jeffries. And that will bring up Greg Pace Jr. Nice walk-up song there as well. Little Don Tolliver. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right his first time up. Here's Clark from the stretch. He'll check on Jeffries there at first base. He'll dive back in there safely. Pace Jr., one of these leaders for this Wolverines team. Clark will check on Jeffries again. He'll dive in there safely. And so far, the pitchers have liked throwing back to first base. We've had a lot of pickoff attempts so far.
Yeah, for sure. Like you mentioned, the unlimited attempts in the college baseball as opposed to MLB.
There's a foul tip there from Pace Jr. for strike 1. Yeah, I mean, the MLB did a great job of rules like that. We've seen now the pitch clock implemented as college as well, moving the games along, and it's gotten the fans way more intrigued to baseball as a whole.
For sure.
As Greg Pace Jr. rips a line drive, but it's snagged by Maloney for out number 3. Pace Jr. hit it hard, but a great defensive play from the Ducks. As we are through 4.
Yeah, and that one looked like it was going to be a base hit from Pace Jr. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, Maloney was right there to catch that one, and really an impressive catch for kind of a Sports Center worthy moment right there.
Yeah, Maloney, a great defensive shortstop. Uses hops there. He got up there, stuck his right hand up to make a beautiful catch. As Kurt Barr will come back onto the hill for his 5th inning of work. We're through 4 at the Fish. The Wolverines hold a 1-0 lead against the Oregon Ducks, who are ranked number 15 in the country, have one of the best offenses. And the Wolverines have really shut that down so far, especially with Kurt Barr.
Yeah, Kurt Barr has had an absolutely flawless performance so far through 4 innings, and looks like he's back on the mound for the top of the 5th. Great performance this afternoon for him.
Yeah, he's been awesome so far. 7 strikeouts through 4. He's 3 away from tying his season high, which he had 10 against Nebraska 2 weeks ago. As the Wolverines are trying to pick up some momentum as we hit April here. You know, a month and a half away from the Big Ten tournament, the Wolverines kind of struggled. They lost 7 of their last 10 until they won 3 straight as of late. They're looking to get some momentum as they play Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan next week, and then head to East Lansing for a 3-game set against their in-state rivals.
Yeah, it'll be a big matchup in East Lansing. They've got some time to make some adjustments necessary against Eastern and Central, and then get ready for the trip to East Lansing, take on the in-state rivals.
Yeah, Michigan beat Michigan State in a non-conference game on a Tuesday midweek game a couple weeks ago. So they've actually faced them in conference play this time, in quotations. Weird stuff how college baseball works. As the first pitch from Barr misses high there to Jack Brooks, who had that bunt hit in the 3rd inning last time he was up. The super utility guy. Barr from the windup, the 1-0. Misses high there for ball 2. Wolverines playing straight up, but the third baseman, Jeffries, will play in, looking for that bunt if Brooks does it again. The 2-0 to him. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. The 90-mile-per-hour fastball is in there. Here's Jack Brooks. He was 0 for 2 yesterday. Got his first hit of the series today. The 2-1 to him is drilled to right center field. Back goes Pace Jr. He's looking up, and that ball's gone. Jack Brooks with a deep drive to right center, and the Oregon Ducks are on the board. They tie it at 1.
Yeah, we are all squared now at 1 as Brooks hits the solo home run.
His 5th home run of the year was absolutely mashed to right center. He was up 2-1 in the count, and he absolutely turned on that heater.
Yeah, it's still no outs at the moment for the Wolverines. Right now, momentum looking a little bit on the Duck side early in this 5th inning.
The top of the 5th is kind of a cue ball at the end of the bat is foul from Ryan Cooney, as Oregon is back at the top of their order, the 3rd time they're seeing Kurt Barr today. And that's when it starts getting a little dangerous if you're the Wolverines. The 0-1 to Cooney is a swing and a miss. The slider, again, has kept these Oregon Duck hitters off balance all game. As Cooney 0 for 1 with a walk today. The 0-2 to him. Bounces there in the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. That's the 57th home run of the season for the Oregon Ducks. Now number 1 in the Big Ten. Jack Brooks goes yard to begin the 5th inning. It's 1-1. As a little sword action, got him. 8th strikeout there for Kurt Barr. Gets the leadoff hitter Ryan Cooney for out number 1 of the 5th inning. A nice pitch there from Kurt Barr.
For sure, and he's looked great all afternoon with the exception of allowing the solo home run. Really had a great performance today.
Yeah, and here's Jax Jimenez. The first pitch to him is fought off to left field. Stressler with a beat on it, and he makes a nice catch, ranging to his right for a quick out number 2. And Kurt Barr now at 83 pitches. No action yet in the Wolverine bullpen, as that will bring up the power-hitting righty Dominic Hellman. The first pitch to him bounces by Miller to the backstop for ball 1. Hellman 0 for 1 today with a walk, but a big-time strikeout back in the 3rd inning when the Ducks were threatening by Kurt Barr. The 1-0 to Hellman is chopped foul for strike 1. As the Wolverines putting on a pretty intense shift here on Hellman. They got Culbertson, Jeffries, and Turner on the left side of the infield. The 1-1 offering is a wave and a miss. Beautiful slider from Kurt Barr, and he's up in the count 1-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. The Ducks tied it with a home run from Jack Brooks at 1. Kurt Barr continuing to mow down Duck hitters. The 1-2 is chopped. Jeffries takes an easy hop, throws it there to Ladohoff to retire the side. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 1. The number 15 Oregon Ducks and the Michigan Wolverines here on WCBN Sports.
Yeah, that was a great inning for both teams. Obviously, Oregon getting back into this game with the equalizing run, as well as the Wolverines being able to get out of the inning without preventing any further damage done. Really I would say only one bad at bat for Kurt Barr today, only giving up 1 run so far in this game. Other than that, he's had such an amazing performance in this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been really awesome, really great at getting ahead of hitters. We've seen with his slider, his fastball. But the difference, if you look at the pitch counts here from Clark and Barr, Clark only 54 right now, Barr with 84. The Ducks have made Barr work with a lot of high pitch at bats, and it's been Michigan's approach that Tracy Smith has told his team is swing early in counts. We've seen a lot of first pitch swings and a lot of first pitch balls in play from the Wolverines.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, Caleb, do you think they're going to change that approach or continue it here with Clark kind of mowing down Wolverine hitters right now?
Yeah, I do think it needs to change. Obviously, Michigan scored their last run in the 2nd inning, and it's now the bottom of the 5th, and so I think that there definitely do need to be some adjustments made, especially now that it's a 1-1 game. It seems that Oregon has made their adjustments and have been able to get their way back into this game, and so the Wolverines need to do the same if they want to try to pull away as we go into the second half of this game.
As that will bring up the shortstop, Drew Culbertson, who's played great defensive shortstop for the Wolverines this year, but has really struggled at the plate. Batting .200 this year with not much power. The first pitch to him, he's in there for strike 1. Culbertson, the transfer from Missouri and Oklahoma State, has failed to really replicate his success that he did at those other levels. As that fastball misses outside for ball 1. Culbertson has struggled to walk as well. 30 strikeouts compared to his 7 that he's taken. As that's a swing and a miss. The slider so nasty out of Clark's hand. He does a great job of tunneling that fastball and that slider to these Wolverine hitters. The 1-2 delivery to Culbertson as he squares bunt and takes it outside for ball 2. Interesting there as there's 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, 2-2 count it is.
Culbertson back in the box as he waits for Clark. Clark from the windup. He deals, and he lays down a 2-strike bunt. Culbertson hustling, jacks to the play, and Culbertson beats it out. A 2-strike bunt single from Drew Culbertson. Starts off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Wolverines.
And yeah, what a great bunt. It looks like it will be a bunt. I think they're managed to stay on the fair line, and yeah, what a run.
As Culbertson's at first, that'll bring up Cooper Mullins, who will take strike 1 down the middle. Mullins with a double last time up. Wolverines have 3 of those today. Leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 5th for Michigan. They'll check Culbertson as he dives back into first base safely on another pickoff attempt by Clark. Cooper Mullins will take a look at his wristband with signs on it. The 0-1 count to him is just outside. That slider misses the outside corner. It's 1-1. Big opportunity for the Wolverines here with a leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 5th. It's 1 apiece against the Oregon Ducks as Culbertson dives back safely into first on the pickoff attempt. Wolverines looking for their 5th ranked win of the year and their 2nd straight series win as they're trying to climb back into the Big Ten standings. Currently 10th right now. The 1-1 count is fouled straight back by Mullins. Count moves to 1-2. Colby Turner on deck for Michigan. As Culbertson at first. The 1-2 count to Mullins is grounded to second base. Nice flip there from Cooney to one. Second.
They're both safe. Oh, wait, hold on. They called.
It's a fielder's choice. Culbertson out at second. And Mullins beat out the throw to first base. So there's one out there. The Ducks almost turn two, but Mullins gets down the line quickly and he beats out the throw. Great up the middle duo of Cooney and Maloney. As the first pitch there to Turner is a big wave and a miss for strike one. They'll play Turner straight up with a runner on first, one out. The 0-1 to Turner is outside for ball one. The snap throw there from Jaxa as Mullins is back safely into first. And here's Colby Turner. 375 on the year. Leads this team in home runs and RBIs. And a big-time power hitter as well. Slugging .652 this season. He waits on a 1-1 from Clark. Clark sets and deals. And a swing and a miss on the slider. Dove into the lefty's batter box. And it's a 1-2 count now for Turner. The 1-2 is popped up second base side. Cooney's called off by Maloney and will make the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Brendan Stressler with 2 out and a runner on first base in Mullins. Brendan Stressler 0 for 2, but has played some pretty nice defense out there in left field. Made some nice catches on the run. The first pitch to him is a pitch out to Jaxa. Mullins dives back into first base. 1-0 count now to Stressler. As the crowd kind of waiting for a big moment to happen. The Wolverines scored 1 in the second, but haven't done much since. As that's in there for strike 1. Kind of a pitching duel so far, Caleb.
For sure, yeah. These teams have played both so well, and right now it's a pretty even match, despite the fact that the Ducks are 15 in the country right now.
Yeah, is that fastball in there for strike 2. Stressler down in the count 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Clark will set. He'll take a breath. He'll raise his leg and deal. And just miss low with that slider. And Clark's numbers continue to get even better. That whip at .85, third best in the Big Ten. Doesn't give many free passes as that strike 3 freezes Stressler. We are through 5 at the Fish. That's Clark's 6th strikeout. And we are tied at 1 heading to the top of the 6th inning. And Kurt Barr will head back out there with 84 pitches. And Caleb, right now we have 4 innings left to play. We're tied at 1. What's the biggest key for both of these teams?
Yeah, I think obviously Oregon has made lots of adjustments, and they look like it looks like the momentum is really on their side at the moment. They had a very successful 5th inning. Meanwhile, the Wolverines haven't had a great 2nd inning, but have really just gone a little bit, have stalled really in these last couple innings. And I think they have to make the adjustments that are necessary to make as they head to the kind of the second or this final third of the game.
Yeah, and both of these starters have gone through 5, only given up 1 run apiece, and they've combined for 14 strikeouts. And right now, not much action in either of the opposing bullpens. So we'll see what Tracy Smith chooses to do as he's riding the hot hand of Kurt Barr. Right now, Kevin DeVote is up doing some throwing work. However, like I said, 87 pitches for Barr. They're riding him right now. Going into the top of the 6th inning with the 4, 5, 6 hitters of Oregon due up. Drew Smith, Angel Laya, and Maddox Maloney. As the Wolverines will keep all their starters out there as we get later into the game. And man, Caleb, it's still so beautiful out.
Yeah, I know. Thankfully we have the extra hour after last month, and we've been enjoying it, especially now that it's baseball season and the sun is still very, very high up in the sky.
Yeah, a little windy, however, the rays still beaming on the fish. That's a foul ball there by Drew Smith. A beautiful view of the big house in right field, the Chrysler Center in right center. And then in left center, you have Carroll Hutchins Stadium, the softball field for the Wolverines as well. The 0-1 delivery from Barr is ripped in the left field and off the base of the wall. Drew Smith will make his way to second base as he hesitated rounding first and pull in with a stand-up double to lead off the 2nd inning. Drew Smith got a hanging slider and made Barr pay with a double off the wall and left. And that's where it starts getting a little scary when Oregon starts flexing their muscles, where they hit for power. The strength of this team is home runs, it's extra base hits. And right now, Kurt Barr, you got to limit that.
For sure.
Here, trying to keep that 1-1 lead. And here's Angel Laya with a runner in scoring position. He takes a slider low for ball 1, and after that double from Smith, there's action in the Wolverine pen as Barr, one more pitch away from 90. Laya 1 for 2 today with a single. That's in there for strike 1. The slider continuing to be the most reliable weapon of Kurt Barr's pitching arsenal today. Maloney on deck for Oregon. Laya waits here on a 1-1 offering from Barr, and he kills it there to center field. Hager with a beat on it, though. He makes the catch. Smith tries to tag up, and he does successfully, standing up at third base. Laya does his job, advances the runner to third. There's 1 out now here for Maddox Maloney.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for the Ducks right now. They have a chance to, with Smith on bay third, they have a chance to go ahead in the top of the 6th inning.
And Maddox Maloney tied for 4th all-time in home runs in school history. Has been with the Ducks for all 3 years, as the infield is in for the Wolverines. A swing and a miss for strike 1 from Maloney. And this is a big run here as we're tied at 1 in the later half of these innings. As the Ducks call time, Mark Wazikowski will talk to his hitter. Maloney with a runner on third and 1 out. Caleb, if you're Maloney right now, what is your coach telling you?
I think that this at bat is definitely one that I would say it's worth taking some chances with and coming out aggressive, especially with only 1 out and 1 at third. This is a big moment, and I think it's worth.
The 0-1 there is sliced down the right field line, and that will just be foul. About a couple feet just to the right of the right field foul line. Wolverines dodge a bullet. It's 0-2 now on Maloney. As we are tied at 1 apiece, the Ducks looking to take their first lead of the game. The 0-2 from Maloney. Misses high for ball 1. The Wolverines with a little bit of a defensive adjustment. Greg Pace Jr. in left. Brendan Stressler moves to right as they get the stronger arm and pace in left field. Barr from the windup. A runner on third, 1 out. Infield in. The 1-2 misses low again. This most likely could be Kurt Barr's last batter as he's at 92 pitches. Big time at bat here for Maloney. He's 1 for 2 today. The 2-2 offering is grounded to third. It's coming home, and they've got Smith in a pickle. Miller will run it. Give it to Jeffries, who will tag him out. Great defense from the Wolverines. And they get Smith out in a pickle at third base. There's 2 outs now. And smartly, Maloney moves up to second base, but the Wolverines, textbook defense from bringing the infield in.
Yeah, for sure. They sacrificed with the runner who's now at second, but they prevented that go-ahead run for the Ducks.
And that will bring up Josh Schleichart, who's given Barr some troubles today. 2 very lengthy at-bats that did end in strikeouts, however, propped up that pitch count as they'll take strike 1, the slider on the outside corner. Most likely Barr's last batter of the game here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. He shut down the Ducks all day with 8 Ks. Does he have 1 more in him? The 0-1 misses low. Another fantastic block from Noah Miller. Count even at 1. The runner in scoring position for Schleichart. The 1-1 offering is a swing and a miss. The off speed again from Barr. And he's 1 strike away. To get out of some trouble here in the top of the 6th inning. Schleichart here in his 4th start and his 14th appearance of the year. The 1-2 misses low again. Another block from Miller. Schleichart has played sparingly for the Ducks this season. Did have a nice series against the Northwestern Wildcats in Evanston, where he was 3 for 7 with a couple RBIs. But here he is now in a big spot with a runner at second base, 2 outs. And he's swinging a miss. Kurt Barr lets out some emotion. His 9th strikeout of the game as the Wolverines keep it at a deadlock. It's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, what a day. What a day for the Wolverines so far.
Yeah, big time strikeout there from Barr as he dodges trouble. Kind of tiptoes around it, had a runner at third. Great Wolverines defense as they brought the infield in. They got Drew Smith in a pickle. And then there with a runner on second base, strikes out Schleichart for the 3rd time this afternoon. And Clark will head back on the field for his 6th inning of work. And we got a little hula hoop game here on the field. We got 2 contestants trying to land a baseball here in a hula hoop. The first throw way too strong. You overcooked that one, Caleb.
For sure.
The second one looks much better. Just hops over the hula hoop about 6 feet off. The second one overcooked it again. The second one from the guy in the blue shirt is a little short, as it's about a foot away to the right. The third one from the tall guy in the black, off to the left. Fourth throw from the blue shirt kid, just misses. And they both miss, but there is a winner. They give it to black shirt with the Jesus hair.
Yeah, it's great to see such a huge audience here this weekend, especially on a day like today.
Yeah, it is awesome. I mean, this ballpark filled up. Got great games on the field, great promotions, BTN Plus here as well. As that first pitch to Miller is skied into right field. Laya moves in a couple steps and makes the routine catch for out number 1. And here is Evan Hager. Stepping up to the plate, he's 1 for 2 with a double earlier in this game. And the third baseman, Smith, will play a few steps in, playing on the infield grass, looking for maybe a Hager bunt. The first pitch to him misses outside for ball 1. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, still tied at 1. Wolverines 1 run on 5 hits, whereas the Oregon Ducks have 1 run on 6 hits. It's been a pitcher's duel this afternoon. As that misses high for ball 2, a hitter's count opportunity here for Evan Hager.
Yeah, for sure. Just 1 out, a 1-0 count.
Yesterday, Hager went 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And a swing and a miss there. Was looking for that fastball in a 2-0 count, but Clark goes with his so lethal slider. I mean, 2-1. Clark, what are you following it up with here with Clark? The 2-1 is fouled back and out of play. 2-2 count here. Caleb, what do you think Clark will follow up with?
I would guess maybe a changeup. I think with the way that this at bat has been going, it's a 2-2 count, very even. Try to catch Hagar swinging.
The 2-2 is out to right field. Laya makes a couple steps to his right and makes the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Kay Ladahoff, the first baseman. And no action yet in the Oregon bullpen. They'll keep going with Clark, who's got 6 strikeouts tonight in 5 2/3 innings of work. 2 outs in the inning here for Cade Ladahoff, the junior, who's 1 for 2 today with the RBI double. As that first pitch misses low for ball 1. Ladahoff waits, the 1-0. Dives outside for ball 2. Hitter's count opportunity for Ladahoff, who homered in the series-clinching win against Rutgers last weekend. A big morale boost for the Wolverines as they took 2 out of 3 in New Jersey. As that fastball pounds the zone for strike 1. No walks for Clark. He's done a great job of staying ahead of the count today. 2-1 here is in there for strike number 2, and the Wolverines have not had any chance to really work the count. Clark has been pounding the zone through these 6 innings of work. The 2-2 bounces in there. We move to a full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tied up at 1. And this 3-game series heading into Easter weekend. Great crowd on hand here in Ray Fisher Stadium. The 3-2 pitch to Ladahoff is fouled into the seats. A couple rows up and bounces right in front of a grandma. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, it hit the row right up in front, right on one of the benches. Fortunately, no one was sitting right there.
And here comes Ladahoff, the 7th pitch of the at-bat incoming, making Clark work. He comes from the windup, and Ladahoff sends it foul. That ball almost hit him, but he's got to protect down 2 strikes. And turns on it into the Michigan football facility. 8th pitch of that bat incoming, a 3-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. Clark has pitched exceptional today. The payoff is popped way foul once again. A nice at-bat from Ladahoff, as we've seen a lot of first pitch swings, a lot of first pitch balls in play from the Wolverines. Kind of a breath of fresh air of making Clark work and getting that pitch count up. He's at 78 right now. The 3-2 is in there for ball 4. Great at-bat from Ladahoff as he draws a 2-out walk.
Yeah, and that walk breathes life into the Wolverines' offense for the time being. So they still have a chance to try to go up before getting those 3 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
And here's Braden Jeffries. He's 0 for 2 today. Or excuse me, read the wrong hitter. He's 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. It'll be a mound visit here for the Oregon Ducks. Talking to Clark. If you're Oregon right now, what are you telling Clark here? Runner on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
I think right now Clark has played very well and has only allowed five hits so far in this game. And I think just to not get too rattled, obviously giving away a walk right there is not great. But right now they're tied at 1. The momentum's really on their side, and they just have to keep the defense up and then obviously try to score on offense, and they can be able to win and even the series out and try to take the next win tomorrow.
Yeah, every at-bat matters here in the later half of these innings. Here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs, runner on. Braden Jeffries at the dish. You know, batting .274 this season, a good contact guy. Is in the position to keep this 2-out rally going. He's yet to hit a collegiate home run. Would be a great spot to do so, as we're knotted up at 1. As we will resume play, Colin Clark on the mound. After the coach visit. Misses there for ball 1. He'll work quick. At first base is Ladahoff, who had the 2-out walk. The 1-0 delivery is in there for strike 1. That slider catches the outside of the plate. 1-1 here to Jeffries. And he rips it foul straight back to the screen. 1-2 count. Clark again up on these Michigan hitters. And 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. As he throws a pickoff attempt there at Ladahoff, he dives in safely. Jeffries, 1 for 1 today. Has 5 extra base hits this season. The 1-2 to him. Checks his swing, and he went around for strike 3. Colin Clark continues his impressive performance today. 7th strikeout for him through 6 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Wolverines and Oregon Ducks still tied at 1. Josh Samuelsen and Caleb Brown on the call for WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. And Caleb, a great day and a great game, especially between the two pitchers of Kurt Barr and Colin Clark, who are most likely both done for today.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a great first 6 innings of the game. Great baseball weather, especially for Michigan in April. And, yeah, there's still 3 more innings. A lot of game left to be played, and a lot could happen between the 6th and the 9th inning. And I'm excited to see how this plays out and how this entertaining game will come to an end.
And on the mound for the Wolverines, coming out of the bullpen, Kurt Barr is done for today. He had a great performance of 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts. It's Gavin DeVote coming out of the Wolverine pen. Usually the closer for this team has 7 saves this season, which is tied for 4th in all of the NCAA. He last came in and got the save versus Toledo just a week and a half ago. But a high-leverage guy for Tracy Smith and Caleb. It's so important to keep this game close, especially against the Oregon Ducks, who have such an incredible offense and can beat you like that, especially when it comes to the long ball.
Yeah, for sure, and especially once you let Oregon kind of start to go off, then it's very hard to come back against a team as strong as the Ducks have been this season.
Yeah, DeVote will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Oregon Ducks, as Kurt Barr was almost at the century mark for his pitch count. A great performance once again for the Wolverines starter, but now they turn it over to this Michigan pen, which has been a little inconsistent this season. As a team, the Wolverines are middle of the pack in the Big Ten in strikeouts and ERA. So it really come down to these high leverage guys in these big situations, as we're tied at 1 in the top of the 7th inning. Gavin DeVote, the junior right-handed pitcher, 6'5", 248 from Walled Lake, Michigan. A tall drink of water. And he's in for the 7th inning. And pinch hitting for Braden Jacksa is the catcher, Berkeley Mabius. The lefty versus the righty. Weighing the splits is the Oregon Ducks. The first pitch to Mabius is fouled back to the screen on a couple hops for strike 1. Mabius is the usual sophomore backstop for the Oregon Ducks. Started 18 games for Oregon this season. DeVote, the 0-1. The check swing is in there for strike 2. Mabius with a 99.5 fielding percentage. He's thrown out 5 runners this season. He's in here for a pinch hit opportunity. The 0-2 from DeVote. Misses inside the 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Count moves to 1-2. Mabius was 0 for 2 yesterday. Gave Jacksa the start this afternoon. He's in here for a pinch hit opportunity as he hits right-handers very well. The 0-2, or excuse me, the 1-2 misses outside. Count even at 2 now. DeVote tried to go with the slider there. Maybe as a 282 hitter, 4 bombs and 15 RBIs this season. He waits on the 2-2 and doesn't chase the high cheese. He takes it for ball 3, and we've got a full count. Mabius has done a good job battling back in this count. And if you're DeVote, you do not want to give up a leadoff walk here. DeVote, the payoff pitch is sliced down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. Mabius rumbling to second base with a leadoff double. A great at-bat from him. He was down 0-2, got it to 3-2, and hit his 5th double of the season.
Yeah, a step in the right direction for the Ducks here in the top of the 7th. However, the last time this happened, we saw Kurt Barr and how he was able to deliver the Wolverines out of the bottom of that 5th inning.
And we've got a mound visit here from the Wolverine pitching coach. As the Oregon Ducks, knowing how great they are offensively, have a runner on second base, nobody out and threatening in the top of the 7th. A great attendance here once again. The fans hanging around. We've got a great baseball game on our hands, Caleb.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it only promises to get better as we get down to the final few innings.
As we get down to the nitty-gritty, as we look around the field, so many festivities going on. We've got a big Connect 4 board in right, and in left we got some kids playing catch. A great vibe in the ballpark, a great vibe in the air just in general as we kind of flip the calendar to spring. And we've got baseball going on at Ray Fisher Stadium. The mound visit is done. That'll bring up Jack Brooks, who homered earlier this game and is up with a runner on second and nobody out. DeVote will deal. Brooks will square to bunt, and he gets it down. A nice bump as DeVote throws to first. He'll get Brooks by a couple steps. But Jack Brooks does his job, lays down his second bunt of the game, and advances Mabius to third. And a really smart call by the manager, Mark Wazakowski, Caleb, as he plays small ball. He gets Jack Brooks to bunt, a great bunt, and he gets Mabius to third base. And those are the small plays that end up to be winning plays at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they're really showing why they're one of the best teams in the country right now.
As that'll bring up Ryan Cooney with a runner on third. He'll take ball 1. The Wolverines bring the infield in as they try to hold Oregon off from the scoring. We're still tied at 1 here in the top of the 7th. 1 out. The 1-0 deal from DeVote is a ground ball through the diving Culbertson. Oregon will take its first lead of the day off an RBI single from Ryan Cooney. And that ball hit very hard to the hole there in shortstop. Drew Culbertson, a great effort. However, with the Wolverines playing in, it's so hard to react when that ball is coming off the bat at 100+ miles per hour.
Yeah, for sure. And then an unfortunate mistake for the Wolverines. Still 1 out, 1 on first. 2-1 game.
And here is Jack Jimenez, who's 1 for 2 with a single and hit by pitch. He squares to bunt, and he pops it foul down the left field line as it tails away to the Michigan dugout. For strike number 1, Jimenez had his 12th hit by pitch a couple innings ago. Kind of a ball magnet. That's his 32nd, free pass if you combine his hit by pitches with walks. And he's got a runner on first now and 1 out as the Ducks lead 2-1 against the Wolverines. The 0-1 to Jimenez, and he takes it low for ball 1. At first base is Cooney, who likes to run a little bit. He leads the team with 10 stolen bases this season out of 12 attempts. The 1-1 to Jimenez, and he drives it to left field. Back goes Stressler. He keeps moving back at the warning track, and he makes the catch. That ball kept carrying out there in left field, but that's out number 2. And a big one with Dominic Hellman coming to the plate for the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, and this provides an opportunity for the Wolverines to try to get out of this inning without causing any further damage and try to get back into the game in the upcoming bottom of the 7th.
And here is Hellman, 0 for 2 today with a walk, a pair of strikeouts. The first pitch to him is in there for ball 1. It was out. It was inside. With the runner on first base, they check on Cooney as he dives back in there safely. The Oregon Ducks 2 runs on 8 hits today. Michigan 1 run on 5 hits. Haven't really done much since the second inning offensively. As they'll check on Cooney again, he'll dive in there safely. And Hellman looking to strike and try to blow this game open for the Oregon Ducks. 2 outs, the 1-0 count here from DeVoe. Is grounded to shortstop. Culbertson playing deep. He'll take a couple steps and throw Hellman out easily. A nice defensive play there from Culbertson. And we are through 7.5 innings here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Oregon takes the lead on an RBI single from Ryan Cooney. And they lead 2-1 as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Caleb, right now the Wolverines haven't gotten much going offensively since the second inning. What do they got to do to get back in the score column?
I think that they have to go back to kind of the same strategy they were using early on in this game. They haven't scored a run since the bottom of the second inning. And, it's been four straight innings that they've been held scoreless, and obviously some base hits that's kind of all it takes just to get back into this game. They're only down 1. It's very practical to still try to get into this game 100%. There's still 2.5 innings to go, and so there's still anyone's game too, as we're here in the mid-7th.
And it looks like Clark back on the mound for the Oregon Ducks with 91 pitches. Excuse me, no, it is Tanner Bradley in the right-handed pitcher for the Oregon Ducks. Clark's day is over, but he had a spectacular one. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, only giving up 1 earned. But Tanner Bradley, 6'1", 190 from California. He's been an elite reliever out of the pen this season. Has only given him 3 earned runs in 13 appearances. 34 strikeouts to 8 walks, Caleb. Very effective this year for the Ducks.
Yeah, for sure. And it just shows why they're one of the best teams, currently sitting at 4 in the Big Ten and 15 overall.
And Bradley, one of those high leverage guys, and they're going to need him here as Oregon is trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead as we are getting to the later half of this ball game as it's the bottom of the 7th. And coming up as the 8-hitter for the Wolverines, Greg Pace Jr. He's 0 for 2 today. A couple hard hit balls. One that was snagged by Maloney at short. And then in right field to lineup. The first pitch to Pace Jr. is in there for strike 1. The slider catches the outside corner. Tanner Bradley, only 4 appearances last year, but has now come on to be the go-to reliever for the Ducks this season. Chopped foul back to the screen from Pace. And it's 0-2 now. Greg Pace Jr., a friend of WCBN Sports, came and spoke to us at a club meeting just a couple months ago. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Tanner Bradley. Greg Pace Jr. goes down swinging. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Drew Culbertson. He's 1 for 2 today. He had a 2-strike bunt hit last time up. The junior shortstop trying to get things going again on the offensive end. Has really struggled here in the month of March. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Culbertson has been a pretty good defender. Does have 6 errors on the season, but a lot of opportunities there at shortstop. as he takes ball one. Count even at 1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bradley works quick, and that's in there for strike 2. Tanner Bradley making quick work already. As he's already up 1-2 on Culbertson. The 1-2 delivery from Bradley. Catches the outside corner, strike 3. Culbertson gets rung up by the home plate umpire, and that's back-to-back Ks for Tanner Bradley, who has done a lot of that this season. Now his 26th strikeout and only his 14th inning of work. We'll go back to the top of the lineup. It's Cooper Mullins. Drift Away, a great selection as his walk-up song. And that first pitch to him will miss low for ball 1. And Caleb, if you're Tracy Smith, what are you telling your team here right now?
Obviously, this is the time to obviously stay in it. There's still 2 innings to be played after this one, and so there's still time, and this is a manageable deficit right now, and there's a chance to still go ahead even in the bottom of the 7th inning. But obviously, this also isn't the time to grow cold, and that's unfortunately for Michigan what they've been doing these last few innings.
Yeah, as the count's now 2-1 on Mullins. He had a double in his second plate appearance of the ball game. Looking to kind of create a spark for this Wolverine offense, and he rips a line drive on a 1-hop to the third baseman, Smith, and he'll throw him out across the diamond for out number 3. Bradley retires the side here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We will head to the 8th. It's the Oregon Ducks 2 and the Michigan Wolverines 1 here at Ray Fisher Stadium. The Wolverines were up 1-0 comfortably through 5. Gave up a solo blast to Jack Brooks, and then an RBI single by Ryan Cooney. It's been great pitching by both of these teams today.
Yeah, for sure. That's been the story of the day. And yeah, yesterday was, like we talked about, a 10-0 game. The Wolverines won the first of the series. Right now, this game has been a lot more interesting, and right now it's a 2-1 game. Still anyone's game with just 2 full innings left. But a lot could happen still in these final 2.
Yeah, and when you look out to the seats, a lot of good food out there. Seeing some popcorn, some soft drinks, some pizza. Caleb, what do you think? What's your favorite stadium food? You got one?
Ooh, I do appreciate always a nice soft pretzel.
Ooh, that's elite.
Yeah, those are good.
I would think that or a hot dog's arguably number 1.
Yeah, a lot of times they taste a lot better at the ballpark for some reason, and so yeah, I do. A nice hot dog is good too as well.
Yeah, hot pretzel's a great pull. I mean, with some mustard, if you get like a hot little cheese sauce.
Yeah, for sure. Even marinara. Marinara is pretty good with pretzels.
I've never tried that.
Sometimes.
Really?
They don't have it at a lot of the stadiums, but
where have you gotten that before?
I think that's more so at a pretzel shop specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a good dip though for pretzels.
Yeah, I might need to try that. You learn something new every day. A little marinara and hot pretzel, says Caleb. The new combo. As DeVote will come in for his second inning for the Wolverines. He gave up an earned run back in the 7th as Cooney took the lead for the Ducks. Drew Smith is now up here for Oregon. The first pitch is low for ball 1. If the Wolverines can get through this half of the inning, due up for him is Colby Turner, Brendan Stressler, and Noah Miller. Here's DeVote from the stretch. The 1-0 offering is ripped into left field for a base hit. Drew Smith is now 2 for 4. As that's a leadoff single for the Oregon Ducks. And now we'll bring up the freshman, Angel Laya. As that's the Oregon Ducks' 9th hit of the ball game. as they're starting to catch on to this Wolverines plan of attack at the pitching side. Here's Angel Laya at the plate with a runner on, nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. DeVote from the stretch. He sets and deals, and it's in there for strike one. Laya 1 for 3 today. Had a single earlier in this ball game. He's tied for the team lead in home runs. A lot of power in that lefty bat. That's low there for ball one. Laya successfully lays off the off-speed junk from DeVote. With a runner on first, nobody out. Laya. A good take, leaves it low. Hitters count now, Caleb, 2-1.
Yeah, good position for Laya at the moment. 1 on base, 0 outs.
The hitters count. Vote takes his time. He deals. Runner goes. And Noah Miller bobbles the ball. A stolen base there from Drew Smith. The count moves to 3-1. And Oregon has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Not a good position if you're the Wolverines right now. A hitter's count here for Laya. DeVote will check on the runner. He'll deal. And that's a ground ball, second base side, fielded by Turner. The funnel, the fire. And he got Laya easily. Drew Smith advances to third. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Maddox Maloney. We'll see what the Wolverines do. You're down by 1 if they'll bring the infield in.
Yeah, this is a crucial spot for the Wolverines as they have a chance to mitigate this 1 run deficit.
Yeah, as the Wolverines will switch outfielders once again. Stressler moves to right, Pace to left, kind of maximizing their arm strengths out there. As the Ducks are trying to add an insurance run here in the top of the 8th. A runner on third, 1 out. Maddox Maloney, a big-time power hitter at the plate. He flashes bunt. He lays it down. The suicide squeeze and the score. Smith gets home safely. Advancing to second is Maloney. And the Ducks take a 3-1 lead. What a call from Oregon.
Yeah, they were willing to take chances there, and it paid off for them there as they now go up 2 runs here in the top of the 8th. Only 1 out so far.
The call of the suicide squeeze. Maloney lays down a textbook bunt. A great jump at third by Smith. The overthrow there by DeVote causes Maloney to advance to second base. And the Ducks take a 3-1 lead. And pinch hitting for the Oregon Ducks is Owen Morgan. They'll pinch hit there for Josh Schleichart, who was 0-for-3 with 3 strikeouts earlier today. Owen Morgan, only 15 appearances this season. As he's batting under 100 this season. The first pitch. Misses low and gets away from Miller. Advancing to third is Maloney. And that's a big little pass ball there. An extra 90 feet for Smith. Means a ground ball or sac fly could score him. And Morgan was the number 5 player in the state of Colorado last year during his senior year in high school. Hasn't had much to show for here in his first year at Oregon, but a big opportunity here as he takes strike 1. Good job from DeVote trying to pound the zone. That last play by Maloney, the RBI bunt, was the second error for the Wolverines today. The 1-1 is a swing and a miss from Owen Morgan. Count moves to 1-2. DeVoe looking for his first strikeout today, which would be a big one. With one out and a runner on third. Oregon up 3-1. Morgan takes the 1-2 offering. Count moves even at 2-2. If you're DeVoe, Caleb, what do you throw here?
I'd probably say a curveball, changeup. Try to catch Owen swinging.
The 2-2 just misses low. The count moves full. And some anxious moments here for Wolverines fans. We've got a righty and a lefty warming up in the pen for Michigan. The count is full. One out, runner on third. Oregon with a 2-run lead. DeVoe from the stretch. The payoff is a swing and a miss. A big-time pitch as the slider fools Morgan. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Here for the catcher, Berkeley Mabius. And here comes Tracy Smith to make the call to the bullpen. As DeVoe will be done for today. 1.2 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, but a big-time strikeout there at the end to hold Oregon off just for a second. Still a runner on third, 2 outs. He's responsible for that runner. And the Wolverines will make the call to the bullpen for the lefty, Keegan O'Hearn, who's only made 4 appearances this season, 3.2 innings of work, but yet to give up an earned run.
Yeah, and that will be much needed for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and Smith trusting this lefty, the redshirt sophomore, who's had not much game action this season. Was an academic All-Big Ten last year. And like I said, no earned runs, though, in 3.2 innings of work. A big at-bat here as he faces the catcher, Lee Burke Mabius. And right now, Caleb, top of the 8th inning. How big is it for the Wolverines to prevent another run here from Oregon?
I would say it's crucial, especially coming to the conclusion of this game. Right now, already being down by a 2-run deficit, it's important to kind of mitigate the damage that's already been done to give yourselves the best chance to try to tie it up or go ahead on offense.
Yeah, big opportunity here. As Berkeley Mabius is a switch hitter, so he'll most likely move to the right-hander's batter's box. However, no, he will stick. He will stick as a lefty. It'll be a left-on-left matchup. Here with 2 outs, runner on third. Oregon with a 3-1 lead, looking to add another insurance run. O'Hearn on the mound. The first pitch is low for ball 1. O'Hearn has struggled with some control this year. Almost a walk-in inning. A crucial at-bat here. The 1-0 offering. Misses outside for ball 2. 95 from the lefty. Some major velo. As he sets, he deals the 2-0. Maybe his checks his swing and he goes around for strike 1. A big time pitch there from O'Hearn.
For sure.
The runner on third base. And Maloney's playing a little cat and mouse there, running up the third base line. The pitch is ripped past the diving Culbertson for a base hit. Berkeley Mabius, a big-time single through the hole, and the Oregon Ducks take a 4-1 lead on the RBI single. I mean, a pretty good pitch there from O'Hearn. The fastball kind of on the outside part of the plate, but a good swing there by Berkeley Mabius, taking it the other way through the hole at shortstop.
Yeah, and that's why the Ducks are up 4-1 now. Still 2 outs, though, for the Wolverines.
Big-time 2-out hit as Jack Brooks steps into the plate and takes ball 1. Jack Brooks, a pair of hits today. He had the big blast in the 5th inning for his 5th home run of the year. The 4-1 lead from Oregon as O'Hearn bends in a slider for strike 1. We're even at 1 in the count with a runner on first and Mabius. Here's Jack Brooks, a couple of bunts to his name as well today, as Mabius will swipe second base on a delayed steal. Good heads-up base running there by the Ducks. And they've got another runner in scoring position, looking to tack on another. O'Hearn doesn't do a good job there of keeping the runners honest. 2-1 count now to Brooks. The deal is low for ball 3, a hitter's count here for Brooks. And the Wolverines kind of losing it here control-wise from their pitchers. They've given them 3 in the last 2 innings. Oregon looking to add on more, and a swing and a miss. A big-time pitch from O'Hearn to make it a full count. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Oregon scored 2 already. They're up 4-1. Runner on second, full count. The pitch from O'Hearn is a foul tip. Ooh, Brooks just stays alive, getting a piece of that 95-mile-per-hour fastball. As Brooks, kind of the do-it-all guy defensively, offensively. He can bunt, hit for power, and a great overall defensive player. As that 3-2 misses outside for ball 4. And there's 2 on now with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Now back to the top of the order for the Oregon Ducks and Ryan Cooney. And Tracy Smith will make the call to the bullpen once again. Keegan O'Hearn faces 2 batters and gives up a hit and a walk. And that will bring up number 12, Max DeBeck, the senior from Seattle, Washington, coming in to try to get 1 more out here in the top of the 8th inning and stop any future momentum that the Oregon Ducks are creating on the offensive end.
Yeah, for sure. If you're Michigan, you definitely want to shut this down as soon as humanly possible and try to get into the bottom of the 8th inning and try to ease this deficit as we get ready to conclude the game.
And here's Max DeBeck. He's transferred from 3 colleges. He transferred from Folsom Lake College 2 years ago and then was previously at A&M in Washington. He's had an up and down year, being used kind of as a middle reliever. He started his first game in the Wolverine uniform last week against Rutgers. A 5.82 ERA in 17 innings of work with 16 strikeouts compared to 12 walks. But a lot of potential for this kid. He's 6'7", and his fastball can get up to 97.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm excited to see how he does and how he closes this game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and he struggled with control. Like I said, 12 walks to his 16 strikeouts. The biggest key for the Wolverine pitchers right now is eliminate the free passes they've given up to Oregon, which has kind of come to hurt them here in the past 2 innings.
For sure. For sure, yeah, especially in this 8th inning, having given up 2 runs, and then the 7th inning before that, giving up 1 run. And that's really, unfortunately for the Wolverines, been the way that it has gone in the second half of this game. Unfortunately, giving up 3 runs, having had a 1-0 lead earlier in the first half of this game. It's been 4 unanswered runs so far for the Ducks.
And a chance for them to add on to that 4 with runners in first and second with 2 outs. And one of their best hitters, Ryan Cooney, coming to the plate. He had the go-ahead single in the 7th, and now a chance to tack on a few more. He's 1 for 3 today with a walk and an RBI single. His average up to 353. And he has 17 extra base hits this season. That would do major damage if he could do that now. Here's DeBeck. From the stretch, his first pitch out of the bullpen. Misses low for ball 1. If you're the Ducks right now, Caleb, you got to be patient, as the Wolverines have really struggled to find the strike zone.
Yeah, for sure, especially now being up 3 in the top of the 8th. The game's not done yet, but right now the momentum is really on the Ducks' side, and they just have to close this one out if they want to win today.
Here's DeBeck. The 1-0 delivery is ripped right back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Coming around to score is Mabius. Going to third is Brooks. Another RBI single for Ryan Cooney, and it's 5-1 Ducks.
Yeah, the Ducks just really aren't letting up right now. There have been 2 outs for quite some time in the bottom of this 8th inning, and it's 5-1 now currently with runners at both corners. Still 2 outs, though.
Yeah, that ball absolutely demolished up the middle. DeBeck had to duck and take cover. And the Ducks now have 2 runners on the corners here for Jax Jimenez. And he takes ball 1 outside. Jimenez 1 for 3 today with a single and hit by pitch. Oregon now has 11 hits on the day, 5 runs, and has really made this Michigan bullpen work. The 1-0 delivery. Catches the outside corner there for strike 1, the off speed from DeBeck. As the Wolverine have some more movement in the pen, as they're trying to hold within at least 4 now. It's a 5-1 game. Ducks looking to add more. The 1-1 is low to Jimenez for ball 2. Jimenez has 9 multi-hit games this season, looking for his 10th right here. With the runners at the corners. DeBeck, the 2-1. A swing and a miss. From Jimenez, the off speed fools him. We're even at 2 in the count. Michigan trying to get out of this 8th inning as they need to get their offense on the field, down by 4. Here's DeBeck from the stretch. The 2-2 is tapped fouled off home plate, or off of Jimenez's foot, excuse me. Wolverines struggling here with their bullpen in the 7th and 8th inning. Here in the second game of this weekend series heading into Easter Sunday. DeBeck once again from the stretch. The 6th pitch of the at-bat. Runner going. Is slapped on the ground. Nice stop by Turner. He'll fire to first base for out number 3. However, the Oregon Ducks get 3 and take a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Michigan Bats got to get hot.
Yeah, for sure, and they need to as soon as possible as we head to the bottom of the 8th. 1.5 innings to go, and Oregon going an impressive 3-run inning to start the 8th to make it 5-1 and 5 unanswered runs for the Ducks. And the Wolverines have to answer quickly.
Yeah, the Wolverines went through 3 relievers that inning. Gavin DeVote got pulled early. Then Keegan O'Hearn faced only 2 batters, couldn't get any outs. And then finally Max DeBeck, who gave up a single, finally ended the Oregon Ducks' run there in the 8th inning. And it will be Tanner Bradley still on the mound for the Ducks. As last inning, only 11 pitches, and he had 2 Ks, retiring the Wolverines in order. Gabe Miranda will check in at first base for Oregon. As the Wolverines got to take it one batter at a time. Caleb, if you're Tracy Smith, what are you telling your team here? Down by 4 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Obviously, at the end of the day, you're not out of this game, but things need to go and they need to go fast, and the momentum is on the Ducks side and has been so for most of the second half of this game. But there's always a chance to get it turned into the Wolverines' favor, and they can do that with their lineup. The lineup is still a talented one, and even just a few base hits can really change the morale and try to help the Wolverines rally back into this one.
Yeah, you make a great point there. Leading off the inning will be Colby Turner. So the Wolverines do get 2, 3, and 4 as they try to battle back, and now facing one of the Oregon's most elite relievers in Tanner Bradley. Turner 0 for 3 today, but still such a threat at the plate with his power and contact. 372 hitter with 7 home runs as that slider catches the strike zone for strike 1. Really nasty pitch there. A lot of late movement. Fooled Turner. The 0-1 is ripped into right field on a line, and that's a base hit for Colby Turner. Good start for the Wolverines. It's a leadoff single. And that will bring up the pinch hitter, Jack Lafitte, who will pinch hit for Brendan Stressler. Lafitte, the freshman, who has come off the bench sparingly as an infielder. Batting .217 on the year, an on-base percentage of .400, and has 5 RBIs. Very disciplined at the plate, has 6 walks in 15 games appeared in. And that's what the Wolverines got to do, Caleb. 1 at-bat at a time and try to get some runners on so you can get...
Yeah, obviously to get back into this game. No outs, 1 on base. Wolverines off to a good start in the bottom of the 8th.
The first pitch to Lafitte is in there for strike 1. He made his first career start against CSUN where he scored 2 runs. He reached base 3 times. Wolverines are going to need him to reach base here if they want a shot of coming back from down 4. The 0-1 delivery from Bradley sneaks in there for strike 2. That slider catching the inside corner very effectively. Here from Bradley. Turner at first base, Lafitte down quickly 0-2. They've got Noah Miller on deck, their power hitting catcher. The 0-2 is fouled off the end of the bat, a little cue ball there from Lafitte. And it looks like Bradley really going with that slider mixed with the fastball. and it's really catching these Wolverine batters off balance. The 0-2 to Lafitte is a swing and a miss, an uncomfortable looking swing, as that's 91 by him. The third strikeout for Tanner Bradley in the first out of the inning. And here is Noah Miller, the backstop for the Wolverines. He's 0 for 3 today. However, some great defensive plays.
For sure. What a day for Miller on defense. Maybe he can get something going here on offense for the Wolverines.
As he'll take a ball low. Wolverines taking it one hitter at a time. We know what Miller can do at the plate. He's had a recent power surge, a couple home runs in the last week, as that's fouled off home plate. Count moves to 1-1. As the crowd tries to get into it, Wolverines down 5-1 to Oregon. Colby Turner at first. The pickoff attempt there by Bradley. Turner slides back, head first safely. Tanner Bradley, an inning and a third of work so far, 3 strikeouts. He's from the stretch. Another check at Turner. He's safe on the pickoff throw. Wolverines looking to get something together here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tanner Bradley from the stretch delivers, and that's fouled back to the track once again, the IM track, not the warning track, from Noah Miller, and it's 1-2. As Oregon's pitching has been elite today, Caleb.
Yeah, I could not agree more.
Bradley, combination with Clark, as that 1-2 misses outside. So much movement. Horizontal break on that slider from from Bradley. But a good lead from Miller. It's 2-2. He's battling here in this at-bat. The 2-2 has fouled off there to the Michigan dugout. And it's still 2-2. Noah Miller has had a great year batting .300. We know what he can do defensively. He's got 14 RBIs and 8 extra base hits. The first baseman, the ground ball, and they call it fair. Noah Miller's out. The second of the inning, and moving to second base is Colby Turner. Runner in scoring position now for Michigan, but 2 outs here for the center fielder, Evan Hager.
Yeah, a big moment for Hager and the Wolverines right now, 2 outs. Still 1 on second, so someone is in scoring distance, and that's going to be Colby Turner on second.
And that last at-bat by Miller, he got jammed. And it was a little dribbler to the first baseman, Miranda. But that caused Colby Turner to advance to second base. So a runner in scoring position for Hager. The pitch to him is fouled out of play down the left field line. Hager 1 for 3 today. Had a double back in the second inning. But like I said, the Wolverines have really struggled to replicate anything compared to what they did in the second inning. As the 0-1 delivery is inside for ball 1. Michigan with some action in the bullpen. It's Brandon Mann. Nothing for Oregon as they will ride one of their best relievers in Bradley. The 1-1 is ripped on the ground and through into left field for a base hit. Colby Turner will round third. The play at the plate is not in time. Colby Turner's safe, and advancing to second is Evan Hager. A 2-out single as the Wolverines climb back with a run of their own. It's 5-2 Oregon.
Yeah, that's just what the Wolverines needed. Still 2 outs, but right now they have a great chance, even if they don't tie it up in this next inning. Even a few more runs could really boost the momentum as we move on into this, what will be the 9th inning.
Yeah, and a good piece of hitting from Evan Hager. Took that pitch outside and took it to left field, going opposite way. And Colby Turner, great base running. We know the speed he has. And then good heads-up base running from Hager as he'd advance to second, as the throw from Jimenez was a little late from left field. And here is Ladahoff. A chance with a runner in scoring position as well, as he takes the first pitch slider in there for strike one. Ladahoff 1 for 2 today. Had a walk 2 innings ago. Looking to tack on another one for the Wolverines, and that's in there for strike 2. The changeup catches the inside corner. The crowd doesn't like it, but there's no ABS challenging in college. The 0-2 comes from Bradley, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ladahoff is retired, and so are the Wolverines.
Obviously disappointing for the Wolverines, but nonetheless, I like with the effort that they made in that 8th inning. It looks like they have the potential to still turn this around, as they will have one final at bat after we see what their defense does here to close out the game.
Yeah, the Wolverines strung together a couple hits there. The base hit by Colby Turner. He advanced on the ground ball for Miller, and then Evan Hager, a nice 2-out base hit to left field. However, Tanner Bradley kind of limits the damage. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings for him. And now that'll bring up the reliever for the Wolverines, Brandon Mann. Will come in for the top of the 9th inning as Oregon's up 5-2. And the Wolverines looking to hold them here so they can get that offense. 7, 8, 9 coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, this will be a big inning. The Ducks obviously have a chance to close this one out. But first we'll see what the Michigan defense does. And obviously if you're Michigan, you don't want to allow any more runs. You want this to be a very quick top of the 9th inning in order to give the offense the best chance at trying to tie this one up or go ahead potentially.
Yeah, and on the mound for the Wolverines is Brandon Mann, the senior righty from Franklin, Michigan, who's only pitched 1 inning all year, which was against Nebraska 2 weeks ago. He's a 4-year Wolverine and gets his chance here in the top of the 9th inning to try to silence this Oregon offense, who's come alive here in the last 2 innings. And for the Ducks, it will be their 3, 4, 5 hitters, Gabe Miranda, who checked in for Hellman a couple innings ago on the defensive end, will get his first at-bat today. Then it will be Drew Smith and Angel Laya to round out those 3 for the Ducks. And Jack Lafitte will move into the defensive lineup as well. No, excuse me, it's Josh Campbell out there in left field. Jack Lafitte pinch hit for Brendan Stressler. And then defensive substitution as Campbell will check in for the Wolverines. And now coming to the plate is Gabe Miranda. Here's Miranda. The first pitch from Mann is in there for strike 1. A good sign from the Wolverines if they've struggled here the past couple innings with first pitch strikes.
For sure, that looks good, and Mann is off to a great start here in the 9th.
Here's Gabe Miranda, batting .226 this season, 4 homers and 15 RBIs, and he flares it to left field, and that will drop in front of Campbell for a base hit, and he'll get by him and go to the wall. Miranda will move up another 90 feet on the misplay from Campbell. And a leadoff single plus air for Oregon to start the 9th inning. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Drew Smith, who's already 2 for 4 today. An RBI hit as well. He had a double earlier and a chance to add on to his total. The first pitch from Mann is inside for ball 1. The curveball misses inside. And Michigan wants to limit the damage done in the 9th here. Trying to keep it to 3, knowing how elite Oregon's bullpen is. And a swing and a miss on the slider there from Mann. It's 1-1. This is Drew Smith's senior year. He's been to back-to-back all-regional tournament teams. As he flares that pop-up to right field, coming over his pace, he'll make the catch and firing it to third to hold up Miranda at second, preventing him from tagging up. Nice job from Pace Jr. And that's the first out of the inning. Coming up is the right fielder, Angel Laya. And here is Laya, 1 for 4 today. Hit the single earlier. The first pitch for Mann is in there for strike 1. Mann, 32 first pitch strikes to 3 hitters so far. Much better than the first 3 guys out of the bullpen for the Wolverines. Here comes Mann, the 0-1. That looked pretty good, Caleb.
That was.
But ball 1.
So 1-1 count. With just 1 out. Miranda's still at second.
Yeah, Miranda there on the single plus air. It's 5-2 Oregon. The 1-1 delivery is fouled away for strike 2. Mann only his second inning of work this season. Tracy Smith has gone with some guys who haven't gotten much experience this year, and O'Hairn and now Mann. The delivery was fouled down the right field line. Foul. Count remains 1-2 here to Angel Laya. The standout freshman has had a couple of nice defensive plays out there in right field today. Looking to tack on another Oregon Duck run here in the top of the 9th inning. The 1-2 is low for ball 2. We're even here in the count 2-2. Michigan has really fallen apart from the pitching side of things here in the last 2 innings. Have given up 4 to the Ducks, who have scored 5 unanswered. As that's inside for ball 3, Michigan finally got back on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 8th and tacked on 1, but it's now 5-2 Oregon, and now a full count to Angel Laya with a runner on second base and Miranda. The payoff is ripped right back up the middle, off Mann's glove, right to the shortstop, Culberson, who makes a nice play for out number 2. A deflection that goes Michigan's way. Now there's 2 outs with a runner on third.
Yeah, that's great. Great news for the Wolverines to get that second out. Obviously, Miranda's still on third. Somewhat of a concern, but nonetheless, Wolverines look strong overall in the top of the 9th.
And here comes Maddox Maloney with a runner on third and 2 outs. Mann will miss outside with that fastball. And a big thing for the Wolverines today, they've struggled defensively. 3 errors today compared to the Oregon Ducks 0, which has caused a lot of the scoring for Oregon, especially with their bunts, as that's a ground ball down the third base line, foul off the bat of Maloney. Maloney in an RBI hit in the 8th inning. He's 1 for 3 today. And now a chance to add on to an Oregon lead. The 1-1 on the ground to short. Culbertson fields, fires down there to Ladahoff, and he'll make the play. As we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Wolverines down by 3. Their last ups here at Ray Fisher Stadium in the second game of this weekend series between the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, it's still one final chance for the Wolverines, though, to tie or go ahead. Still a 3-run deficit as we head to the bottom of the 9th. But like we talked about before, I like the momentum that we saw from the Wolverines early in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it looks like they have a chance to build off from where they left off in that 8th inning with the fresh start in the bottom of the 9th.
As the Oregon Ducks will bring on a new pitcher. It's their closer, Devin Bell, who's had a great year for Oregon, a 3.27 ERA in 11 innings of work, 6 saves with 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. Hitters are hitting 184 against him. The transfer from Western Oregon, where he was there for 3 years, named Division II Baseball 3rd Team All-America, but has wanted to come to Oregon, grew up in the state, and now he's here at this university trying to close the door on the Wolverines to even this series at 1.
For sure, and things will get interesting, especially if the series is even at the end of tonight, going into the final game tomorrow here at the Fish.
Some great music going on at the Michigan sing-along, a little Journey.
A very fitting song as we go into the bottom of the 9th, and the Wolverines trail 5-2. There's always a chance, though, at the end of the day, and a clean slate here as we start the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, the last ups for the Wolverines. And leading off is Braden Jeffries, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Wolverines, as they're down to their last 3 outs. It's 5-2 Oregon. Their closer, Devin Bell, on the bump. Pitching to Jeffries. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. Wolverines got to take it 1 pitch at a time, get base runners on, where they've succeeded today with timely hitting, advancing runners, and they got to do that in the 9th. As that fastball is in there, 95 miles per hour for strike 1. Devin Bell with a clean record this year, as that fastball catches the zone for strike 2. 10 of his 12 appearances have been scoreless, where 6 of his 10 saves has come. The 1-2 count here. The Jeffries is ripped on a line, but caught there by Drew Smith at third for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that will bring up Greg Pace Jr., who's 0 for 3 today. Couple hard hit balls. He struck out last time up against Tanner Bradley. Trying to create a spark for this Michigan offense. The first pitch to him is in there for strike one. Devin Bell has been the go-to guy in high leverage for Oregon this season. That 0-1 will miss low for ball one. Mark Wasikowski has really liked using him in these closing type situations where he's been able to get 6 saves. The chop foul to third base. Nice play by Smith. He gets a good hop and a good throw for out number 2. And that will bring up the pinch hitter, Dane Morrow. Greg Pace will trot back to the dugout. He's 0 for 4. And here's the pinch hitter for Drew Culbertson. Dane Morrow is the last out for the Wolverines. This year he's batting .217 and OPS of .786. He did have 2 bombs against Pepperdine as he takes strike one outside. Some paint from Devin Bell as Oregon are 2 strikes away. Their 24th victory of the season. The pitch, swing and a miss from Morrow. And quickly it's 0-2. Here's Morrow. Down to his last strike. And a swing and a miss. The Wolverines will throw him out. And the game is over. The Oregon Ducks down 1-0 early, come back and win 5-2 and tie up this series here at Ray Fisher Stadium. The Wolverines fall after a great performance, though, from Kurt Barr, but their offense falls short to a pretty dominant Oregon Ducks pitching staff.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, yesterday winning 10-0. It's definitely probably difficult coming into the second game. But obviously, the Wolverines had a very great start, especially under Kurt Barr at the mound. Unfortunately, though, the Ducks would win the day with their dominant offense and as well as great adjustments on the defense as well, and being able to hold the Wolverines scoreless for 7 out of the 9 innings today.
They had a beautiful day here at the ballpark. However, the Michigan Wolverines fall to the number 15 ranked Oregon Ducks by a final score of 5-2. And it's been Josh Samuelsen and Caleb Brown here on WCBN Sports for our coverage of Michigan baseball. And we'll end it like always with a good night and a go blue.
Go blue.
Hey, good work.
Yeah, you too.